Hello, people. Hello. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to EDITW TV, EDITW Sports, where I will be hosting the Bears-Vikings game live tonight on Monday Night Football. People, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We watch all the games in the blue space, people. The blue space. It's 10 games in the blue space. NBA games, NFL games, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, MMA, and boxing. We also give you exclusive interviews from current and former athletes, high school athletes. This is what we do, people, in the blue space. I appreciate you. Bears versus Vikings, first down Vikings. People, the Bears are missing a lot of defensive secondary tonight. Cousins goes to Cook. Cook is short. Third and let's call it 2. 3rd and 2. The Bears have a lot of injuries tonight. They're already not a good football team, people. 3rd and 2. The Vikings are in the huddle. The Bear fans are there on their feet in Soldier Field. 3rd and 2. Cousins is in the shotgun. Cook goes in motion. 3 receiver set. Cousins back to throw. Cousins throws. He's got a first down. First down Vikings. A curl right route is a first down Vikings. Cousins is on the center now. Cousins on the center. Receiver in motion. Hand off to Cook. Cook Powers gets 3. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. Again, people, the Bears are missing a lot of defenders tonight. 2nd and 6. They gave it a game of 4. 2nd and 6. Cousins play action. Cousins throw, check down. Good defense by the Bears, maybe a gain of 3. I see you, Teresa. You watching the Bulls? They play Houston tonight. That should be an easy win. How you doing, Marie? 3rd and 3. Maybe 3rd and 2. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Cousins is in the shotgun. Cousins is in the shotgun. Cousins drops back. He's going long. He overthrew the tight end. He overthrew his tight end. 4th and call it 3. 4th and 3. Teresa, you're going to get to Ciroc. You know you need it for the Bears, don't you? You're going to be doing what I did last night. Was it a long night with another L for my Lakers? 4th and 3. Good stand by the Bears. The Vikings punt. Vikings punt. Grant has it. Grant beats the defender. Grant still going. They get Grant out of bounds at, let's call it their own 15. First down, Bears on their own 15. Teresa, what's the score of the Bulls game? Let me take a peek, people. Let me take a peek. $15-10. Teresa, you watching the Bears and Bulls? You a fanatic. I thought I was a sports fanatic. Teresa, are you going to cut the Bears game off early tonight? Teresa, you know that you're headed for 4-10. You know that. I love you too, Teresa. Teresa, I had a long night, couldn't sleep well. All I got, another loss. Another loss for my Lakers. The Bulls got it done. Eduardo, how you doing, bro? Are you a Bear fan? Teresa, did you make a call out yesterday to the people? I've never seen so many people come on. It was like they was waiting for the Lakers to play the Bulls. Everybody was waiting. We almost pulled it off, though. Here comes Fields. The Bears people tuning in, you know as well as anybody, the Bears have one of the worst offenses in football. Bear fans, I want you to talk to me. Who do you want to replace Nagy? Bears first down. Fields is under center. He hands the ball to Montgomery. Montgomery's got room. 20. It's a flag, though. I think it's holding. It is. It's holding on the Bears. That negates a 9 to 10 yard run by Montgomery. That's Tevin Jenkins again. What a wasted draft pick by the Bears. Jenkins didn't block anybody last week. To those of you that watched the Packer game, Jenkins, 76, got beat all night, held, illegal hands to the face. He got every penalty imaginable against the Packers. Here's Fields. Fields throws. Tip. That looks like it's off Komet's hands. Lucky it wasn't picked off. 2nd and 18. You over there cooking, Teresa? Bear fans, talk to me. What do you need? I think everybody needs to go. The GM, the coach, the team president, Ted Phillips. Fields is in a shotgun. Fields hands to Montgomery. Montgomery gets absolutely nothing. 3rd and long. Bulls 29-16. Yeah, they're going to make easy work of the Rockets tonight. Shotgun Fields, 3rd and 17. Fields looks. Fields check down to Komet. Komet makes one man. He's short of the first down. He's to their own. They're 20. 4th down. Bears punt. Vooch is balling. Teresa, he just not physical. You need Vooch to just make sure he hits the jump shot. Hits his jump hook and rebound. Fourth and 16. I'm 4th and 5, correction. 4th and 5. Here's the punt. Vikings have it. 40. 40, they're on their own 46. Vikings step up, out on the field, coming out for their second possession. First down, Vikings at their own 46. Talk to me, people. Teresa, how's Vuacek playing tonight? How many points and rebounds does he have? People on Facebook, come to my YouTube channel, EDITW TV. Subscribe, like, and share. I host games live. Bears, Bulls, my Lakers, my Cowboys. This is what I do, people. Teresa, 8 points. 2 boards. What's Ball doing tonight, Teresa? Bear fans, talk to me. The YouTube link, people, is right here on the chat. EDITW TV. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. My Bear fans, I know you have to have suggestions. You can talk to me live on YouTube, people. Join the chat. The link is in the description, people. Come join the channel, EDITW TV. Here come the Vikings. Vikings on their own 45. Cousins is on the center. Cousin fakes to Cook. He throws the screen to Cook. Roquan Smith made it. Roquan Smith is a player, people. Now that's a player. You keep him. Roquan Smith is a player. What a play. He didn't go for the screen. Second down. Second, let's call it. It looked like he might have lost yardage. No, they gave it 2nd and 10. They go to Cook again. Cook, he stopped again. Roquan Smith was there again. Good defense by the Bears. 3rd and let's call it 7. Teresa, Allen Robinson definitely's got to go because you're paying him to do absolutely nothing. Didn't you franchise him for about $18 million? You saying Roquan wants to go. You need to convince him to stay. That's one of the bright spots. Soldier Field's on their feet. 3rd and 8. Vikings from their own 49. Cousins is back. He throws. He's got a wide open Jefferson. First down, Vikings in Bear territory. People tuning in, the Bears secondary is a lot of them are out with COVID. When they're there, they're horrible. So you know with the backups, they're really horrible, people. This is one of the worst teams in football, the Chicago Bears. It's a reason the Bears are 4-9, people. Run, Cook, Cook is to the 30. Cook pounds 29. A sweep to the right. Cook got 8. 2nd and 2 Vikings in Bear territory. Second and I call it 2. What's happening, Steve? How you doing, bro? 2nd and 2. Cousins under center. Cook pounds. Cook is to the Bears 17. 1st down Vikings. The Vikings are in the red zone. 1st down Vikings, they are in the Bears red zone. Cousins is under center, 1st and 10. They get a Cook again. Cook is met this time, maybe a gain of 2. Roquan Smith met him. The ball came out, but it's down by contact, 2nd and 8. The Vikings are in Bears territory. They are in the red zone. Teresa, give me a Bulls update. Second and 8. Cousins is under center. He goes, hands off. The backup running back gets, I'ma think 3. I think it's 3rd and 5. That's Nwangwu, the backup running back. 3rd down, Vikings in the Bears red zone. 3rd down. Cousins is going shotgun. Bear crowd is on their feet. Cousins shotgun. 4 receiver set. Jefferson is alone. Cousins looks. Cousins throws end zone. He's got Jefferson. Jefferson is wide open in the end zone. When I tell you people he was wide open. That looks like Bush was on the coverage. Seven, 6-0 Vikings. Here's the extra point. Good, 7-0 Vikings. The bad thing, too, for the Bears, they don't even have their #1 draft pick because they traded that away. Bear fans, what do you think you need? What do you need? I think the first thing you need to do is get rid of the team president. The GM has to go. And of course, Nagy has to go. Chicago is too good of a sports town to have a football team that looks like this. This is a atrocious football team. What's happening, Marlon? What do you think? What do the Bears need to do? People on here, what would you do if you were a Bear, if you owned the team? What is the first thing you're going to do? Manu, what's going on? Talk to me, Bear fans. This is atrocious football. This is atrocious football, Bear fans. Manu. My Lakers aren't a very good team. Manu, I'm talking about, I think Teresa sent the call out. Manu, the whole world waited for me on Facebook. Kelvin, your Packers escaped yesterday, Kelvin. They escaped. You let Baltimore's backup quarterback score 30 on you, Kelvin. What's going on with the defense in Green Bay? Marlon, it's only one show. That's the Late Show. But the Bulls have dominated us this year. I can't lie to the people. You guys have dominated us. We're going to make trades, though. Somebody's gone. We don't lose in that. This is not tolerated in LA, people. Trades will be made before the deadline. I try to talk about the Bears and y'all don't want it to let it go about my Lakers, do you? Man, I don't know where the people came from yesterday. Teresa, I'm going to blame it on you and Richard. Y'all send messages out to people. Montgomery, good run. First down. Is it a first down? Maybe it's a yard short. Under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Marlon, get rid of Brian. He won't be gone, but we're going to get rid of other people. Montgomery, good run. Montgomery pounds first down Bears on their own 42. Marlon, what do the Bears need to do? Bear fans, talk to me. You got to do something. You are a 4-9 football team. After the night, it'll be 4-10. Chicago is too good of a sports city to have a product like this on the field. Here's they get the ball. First down, Bears. That's Gant on the reverse. Marlon, you're telling me that get healthy. What does that have to do with the 4-9 record before the night? Marlon, you are 4-9. The Bears are 4-9. A loss today is 4-10. Fields hands to Montgomery. Montgomery loses yardage. Marlon, are you trying to tell me that the reason they're 4-9 is health? The first thing to fix a problem, people, you have to accept that you have a problem. The Bears are not a very good football team. Marlon, are you telling me they're 4-9 because injuries? Is that what? Marlon, they're not a good team. Fields hands them, he keeps. Fields fumbles. Fields, he faked to Montgomery, people. He kept, and Fields fumbled the ball. Marlon, your offensive line is horrible. That's correct, but you need more than that, Marlon. You need receivers. You need a defensive secondary. You need a coach that knows what is the Bears' philosophy. How can the Ravens win with Lamar Jackson? You know, because they simplified the offense when Lamar first came in. So you telling me a coach couldn't do this for Justin Fields? Justin Fields is almost just as fast as Lamar Jackson, and he's bigger. So you're telling me that you can't design plays to get him on the edge? They got him a lot of times just sitting in the pocket like a sitting duck. That's why he's been injured all year. Marlon, but I don't understand how you are telling me it's injuries. You are a bad football team. To the people, I told the Bears, I told the fans at the beginning of the year, you are not going to anybody's anything. You are not going to the playoffs. You are not going via division champ. You are not going via wild card. I told the people this. People, you are not going to anybody's playoffs. You know what the people told me early, Marlon? They said Los. They added another playoff team this year. That means it's 17. That does not include you. You are not going to anybody's playoffs. Get this through your sick head, Bear fans. You are delusional. This is not a very good football team. Hicks with the sack on Cousins. Marlon, we do agree to that. 2nd and 17. Cousins shotgun. Cousin goes to Cook. Cook 40. Cook gets it to the 50. 3rd down. Teresa, you're back. The Bulls are up, what is that, 41-28? So after beating my Lakers last night, now they're going to pound Houston tonight. The question, though, Teresa, can you beat Brooklyn? Can you beat Miami? Can you beat Milwaukee? Marlon, are you telling me that the Bears are going to win this game tonight? Cousins back, the tight end almost intercepted, but it looks like it's a flag. I think it's going to be a flag on the Bears. Marlon, are you telling me that the Bears defense is going to win this game? The flag is a personal foul on the Bears. Is that what you're telling me, Marlon? Marlon, I have it all. Last week you lost. You gave up 45 to the Packers. The week before you gave up 33 to the Cardinals. The week before that you barely beat the worst team in the history of professional sports, the Lions, 16-14. tonight is another L. Cooks got room. Cook gets 9. Marlon, what defense? You just gave up 45 last week to Green Bay. Uncle Frank, I see you. They're starting to come to YouTube. Uncle Frank, you did tell me the Raiders wouldn't lose to the Browns. But Uncle Frank, you barely got out of there with a field goal to Cleveland and even had their starting quarterback. Do you want to brag about that, Uncle Frank? Here's Cook. Uncle Frank, the Vegas Raiders are not going to the playoffs. Has that sunk in your head yet, Uncle Frank? Uncle Frank, just win. I love that motto Al Davis came up with. God bless his soul. The great, just win, baby. Win. Facebook people, I'm on YouTube. Come join me in the chat. I'm with Uncle Frank right now in the chat on YouTube. Where are you at, Richard? Bear fans, where are you at? Marlon. Bad call. Marlon, is it going to be 10-0 or 14-0? That's the question. Uncle Frank, who do you play next week? Who do the Raiders play next week? You want to brag to me about a win against the Browns when you just got shellacked the week. Second and 10. They go to Cook. Cook is stuffed. Richard, what type of battling are you doing? Uncle Frank, you play my brother's Broncos next week. Where's that game at, Uncle Frank? Hey, Richard, they was all over me yesterday. I was looking for you. I'm talking about I have never seen that many people come to the page. Bro, it was like hundreds of people waiting. They still teasing me today. Yes, the Bulls beat my Lakers, people. Diego, are you a Bear fan? Rich, the Cowboys will win one more game in Chicago. The Dallas Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship. Uncle Frank, you are not going to anybody's playoffs. Richard, we're going to the NFC Championship. My Dallas Cowboys are. Yes, we are. We are 10-4. Yes, my Cowboys are. There's only one star. That's the Dallas Cowboys, people. In basketball, there's only one show. That's the Late Show. Lawrence, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. Come holler at me on YouTube, Lawrence, so you'll get in the chat. Brian, I see you. Lawrence, come chat with me on YouTube. Here's the kickoff. Bears receive. Here comes, he's out the end zone. 20. He 30. First down, Bears on their own 30. Richard, you say get rid of Nagy and Pace. Richard, why wasn't Nagy getting rid of sooner? Bear fans, Nagy's expertise, if I was correct, is supposed to be offense, right? Even the year you finished 12-4 wasn't the Nagy. It was because of Fangio's defense. It had nothing to do with Nagy. First down, Bears. Fields is under center. Fields, hands off. Montgomery. Believe the Davari, the entire league is kind of garbage. NFL or NBA. Tell me which league you're speaking of. Montgomery, they say he didn't fumble, was down by contact. NBA. Davari, I think it's some pretty good teams in the league. You don't like Milwaukee, Brooklyn, the Bulls, Miami. I mean, the NBA, the Eastern Conference, this is the best the East been in years. You actually got the Bulls, you got Milwaukee, you got Miami, you got Brooklyn. Philly, once they decide what they're going to do with Ben Simmons. The East is Boston with Tatum and Brown. I think the league is very competitive. It was a fumble. The Bears were driving, they lost the ball, people. Montgomery fumbled. Bear fans, you tell me how you watch this every week. How do you watch this? Cousins is under center. How do you watch this every week? Ramiro, Zach, talk to me, Bear fans. This is atrocious football. I'm a Cowboy fan, but as a lifelong Chicagoan, I would at least like to see the Bears play competitive football, people. This looks like a high school team playing. What is the philosophy? What do they do well? What are they running on offense? Cousins is in the shotgun. 3rd and 7. Cousins is back. He looks. He throws. Incomplete. Incomplete. Graham knocked it down. Nagy has ruined that team. I agree. Davari, I agree. Why did they keep him that long, Davari? Because he was supposed to be an offensive genius from Andy Reid in Kansas City. The year the Bears won 12 games, it was not because of Nagy, but they kept him around. This is his 4th season, people. Why is he still there? Here's the punt. Punt. Bears have it. Grant makes a cut. Grant cuts outside. Grant still going. Now he's going backwards. Grant goes back to his 30. Still running. Down. He had to lose 15 yards on that punt return. Bulls 73-54, shooting 60% at halftime. Thank you, Teresa. %53 from the 3. They sure killed my Lakers last night from 3. Fernando, I see you, Pomo. Pomo, my Lakers let me down yesterday. Teresa, don't bring up free throw line because we're also terrible at the free throw line. Westbrook can't hit free throws. LeBron, AD used to be able to hit free throws. Now he can't hit them. Teresa, I drunk myself to sleep last night. I drunk myself to sleep. We are the Lakers. There's only one Lake Show. It's only one Lake Show, people. That's us. Davari, but Jay Cutler might have been the best quarterback the Bears ever had. Name me quarterbacks you've had better than Jay Cutler. I'm listening. Bear fans, tell me a quarterback that you've had better than Jay Cutler. Don't tell me Jim McMahon. Anybody could have won. Anybody could have won playing quarterback on the 85 Bears. The Cowboy fans have high hopes every year. Richard, we are going to the NFC Championship this year. Yes, we are. Yes, my Cowboys are. We're going to the NFC. Eric Kramer, Rex Grossman. This is how bad your quarterbacks are, people. Do I have to give you Cowboy greats? Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman. Do you understand what excellence means? Bears first down. That's what excellent means. It's only one star. That's the Dallas Cowboys, people. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery, big run. Montgomery into the Viking territory, down on the Viking 49. Teresa, you had to laugh at Grossman. See, Beth, thank you, tune in. How is Rex Grossman and Kramer better than Cutler? Remember Steve Fuller, Bob Avellini, Vince Evans? I watched them all. Let's talk about Justin Fields, people. Do you believe in Fields? Is he the answer? If he is the answer, to be the first Ohio State quarterback that actually does something in the league. Because they normally fail, people. Paul Moore, I agree. Cutler's the best quarterback that the Bears have ever had. I see you, Israel. What's up? Israel, I appreciate you being a loyal subscriber. People, look in the description. Make sure you like and go to the page, EDITW TV. This is what we do. Davari, you think he needs an offensive line? Paul Moore, he needs a coach with a real offense. That's what I say. And you better get him one, else he's not going to be in the league long. Brian, you believe in Fields. What if you don't get him the right coach, though, Brian? Fields is back. Fields throws. He's got Herbert about 3 yards short of the first down, 3rd and 3. David, how you doing? Brian, who do you want the Bears' next coach to be? Uncle Frank. Off subject, but who has the best pizza in Chicago? Giordano's or Illuminati's? I personally like Illuminati's, Frank. Some people like Giordano. Some people like Gino's Eats. To me, Illuminati's is better than Giordano. That's my personal opinion. Bear fans, talk to me. Fields with a big run. First down, Bears. Brian, he needs receivers too. Why did you waste money on Allen Robinson, giving him, I think, $18 million? It's time to let Allen Robinson go. He's not a number one receiver. It's time for him to go. They hand off Uncle Frank, Illuminati's in my opinion. Illuminati's. Bears 2nd and 10. Fields is in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Fields is back. Fields throws to Mooney. Mooney breaks the tackle. Mooney, I think he has a first down. I think Mooney has the first down. If not, he's a yard short. Peter Lee, what's up, baby? Peter, talk to me about your Bears. Peter, the conversation is, first conversation, what changes do the Bears need to make? The second question is Justin Fields the future? Fields is under center, 3rd and 1. Looks like, don't tell me, is that him again? Number 76 again. Tevin Jenkins has got to be one of the worst offensive linemen I've ever seen. He holds. He false starts. He doesn't block well. Why did you waste the 2nd round pick on him? He had a bad back. Oh, I have the history of bad picks the Bears have made. I have it all here, people. This is why you're 4-9. Going on 4-10. Oh, yes, your Bears are going to be 4-10 after tonight. Yes, you will. I sympathize, though, because I don't even want to watch terrible football like this. This is not a good football team. People, this is a horrific team. This is a terrible team. This is one of the worst teams in the NFL. In the NFC, the only team you're better than are the Lions, the worst team in the history of professional sports. Maybe the Giants, you play them this year, though. Fields back, throws. Fields has Montgomery on 4th and 1. It's a first down Bears. First down Bears. That was a nice throw by Fields. Pomo, why don't the fans want to accept this? How do you watch this? And if one more fan tells me and I see bear down to lose, I'm going to get the shirts made. It's going to say bear down to lose. What else are you bearing down to but to lose? Commercial, Bear fans, in your last 51 years of football, going back to 1970, you have 18 winning seasons, 6 500 seasons, and 27 losing seasons. This year, oh, it's already in the book. This year will make 28. In the last 51 years of football, you have, including this year, 28 losing seasons. And you keep telling me you're bearing down? You are bearing down to do what? Lose. How do you wear jerseys? How do you wear Justin Fields jersey? Khalil Max. They're everywhere, all through the Chicagoland area tonight. Oh, yes, your Bear fans are. You are at the bars. You're downtown, out south, north, west, south suburbs, west suburbs to do this. Lose. You are not going to anybody's anything. I told you this week 1. What did Los tell you? What happened week 1? That's when all the people went out to LA. When Bear fans told me we're going to beat the Rams. Of course it didn't happen. I have it all. I got it all. What happened week 1? You lost 34-14. That's when Andy Dalton started. Week 2, you beat the Bengals, 2017. Week 3, that's when the Browns select you 26-6. Yes, the Cleveland Browns. That game, your Chicago Bears gave up 9 sacks. Myles Garrett has 6 tackles, 4.5 sacks. You had 46 yards of total offense. I have it all. Here's Fields. Fields is sacked. Fields is sacked. Almost fumbled. What type of play call was that? Bear fans, talk to me. Fields fumbled and he recovered himself. He is getting tattooed back here, people. They don't have a play to roll him out. Roll left, roll right, tight end drag, a screen the other way. It's called a misdirection. What are they calling offensively? Now it's 2nd and 24. I'm not a Bear fan, but this frustrates me. Fields is in the shotgun. Bears have 5 receivers. It's an empty set. Fields looks, it's a screen. Montgomery is nothing there. Maybe 2, 3rd and 22. Teresa, how do the people watch this every week? It does not matter, people, if it's Sunday. You have a Thursday night game, a Monday night game. This is worse, though, people. Why? Because national television audience gets to see how horrific this team is. You know why they put the Bears on national TV? Because they know that the Chicago fans are going to tune in no matter what to a very bad football team. And the whole United States gets to see. I mean, this is a horrific team, people. Get it through your heads. This is a horrific, horrible, disgraceful, pathetic football team. Fields is in the shotgun, 3rd down. Fields is waiting for the snap. Fields looks, he goes short of the 1st down. Give me a minute, people. I'm going to turn one of these TVs where I can see the Bulls. Give me 1 minute. The Bulls are up 20, people. 74-54. Teresa, I can see it now. I got the Bulls on. 74-54. Oscar, are you a Bear fan? y'all might as well vent. You need to start discussing what do we need to do to change the Chicago Bears football franchise. People, please like and share. Like and share the video. Go to EDITW TV. That is my YouTube. The description is in the link. Uncle Frank, I see you. Uncle Frank, your Raiders are not going to the playoffs. Get that through your head. You are not making the playoffs. The Raiders are not a good team, Frank. You got by and barely beat the Browns today with a backup. Pomo, give me some coaching options. What are the options for the coaching? Bear fans, you don't have options? You just accept this every week. Is that what you're telling me? Oscar, are you a Bear fan? Richard, where are you at, Richard? Brian Leftwich? Richard, is that your first choice? Richard, is that your first choice? And why do you want him first? Is he doing that because of Tom Brady, or do you think that is actually his scheme? It's two Richards on here, Richard. Richard Jody, you're not a Bear fan. Who's your team? Richard, what has Leftwich did before Brady came? How many years was he offensive coordinator before Brady? Was he Jameis Winston's offensive coordinator? Or did Abrams bring him with him when he got the job at Tampa? Minnesota kickoff. Kick to their own 33. Dominican travel. Why do you dislike Chicago teams? Facebook, I'm also on YouTube. Dominican, I don't dislike all Chicago teams. I'm a Chicago Cubs fan and I'm a Blackhawk fan. The Cubs are my lovable losers. And the Blackhawks, I started liking the Cubs because I would go home every day after school to watch them play on WGN. And I would hear Harry Carey say, "The Cubs win! The Cubs!" And I said, if a man is this passionate about liking a loser, I have to like him. And I like the Blackhawks because in Chicago, we had this thing called On TV. And On TV was the only way that I could watch hockey, so I fell in love with the Blackhawks. I'm also a Dodger fan in baseball also. Dominican, so I don't hate all Chicago teams. Fuck, the Quinn got there, almost forced the turnover. What a year Quinn's having for the Bears. Bear fans, what do you want to do with Khalil Mack? Do you want Mack back? I think he has a year left on his contract. Do you want to trade Mack? Cousins shotgun. Cousins looks. Cousins lofts it. Where was Cousins throwing that to? Intercepted. Bears have it. First down in Viking territory. Boy, does Cousins make bad decisions. Horrible decisions. People, we got Chicago legend Nate Turner's in the house. Nate, you come talk to the people. I'm telling the people that this is a very bad football team. Nate Turner's in the house, people. Former Buffalo Bills, Chicago great, Nebraska Nate Turner. I'm going to let you talk to the people. We'll be right back, YouTube. We'll be right back. It's about to be halftime, YouTube. I'll be back after half, Facebook. I'm right here with Nate Turner. Nate, you come talk to the people. They see you. Was it the K gun with Jim Kelly?
We ran the K gun.
Explain to the people what the K gun was.
The K gun was basically just no huddle. Came to at the end of a game, actually before I got there. And a lot of people don't understand. They talk about the K gun is for Jim Kelly. The K gun is for Keith McKellar. Keith McKellar was the reason they called it the K gun, because he's a big tight end. He moved around real well, and he was in the game out wide.
Also, he was a receiver.
A big one, right? A big one.
He played. I don't remember him. I remember Lofton. Yeah, I thought he was a tight end.
He was, but in K gun he played out wide.
So explain to the people what happened. Like, what was the Bear fans? What I'm looking at, they have no offensive. They hand to Montgomery. They don't run fields outside. What are they running?
The problem with the offense is they're putting Justin Fields in a situation that he shouldn't be in. And it's the same. They in the what people don't understand is that what's the kid's name of Trubisky? Trubisky and Fields are the same guy. They the same guy. So you have to move the pocket with him, move him around, have him throw on the run, kind of like they do in Phoenix with
Do you think that might be a stretch, Nate? You don't think Justin Fields is better than Trubisky?
No. I think Justin Fields is just as good as Trubisky.
So you don't think it's much of a difference?
No, it's not. It's not.
Bear fans, Nate Turner is saying there's no difference between Trubisky and Fields. And so you think it's Nagy. Because Trubisky could move.
That's because that's who he was. That's him and Justin Fields had the same skill sets.
Wow.
The same exact skill sets. So now the issue is this. The issue is the Bears offense is a drop back, throw the ball, sit in the pocket offense.
Right.
That's right. So that's who is that? That's Peyton Manning. That's what's the kid from
Brady.
Indianapolis? Brady. You know what I mean? Those guys, but we don't have those guys. We haven't had those guys.
But if Nagy came from the Kansas City system, they rolled Mahomes.
Obviously, he wasn't doing that in the Kansas City system, as you can see. Because the people that are in Kansas City system are still in Kansas City system. He was just a guy that was there. I'm telling you.
So you think he just got a break?
He got a break.
But if he was there with Andy Reid, you
would think that you would glean some type of knowledge in a situation. So you got Andy Reid and you got the offensive coordinator. What's his name?
But Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy. Right. Those guys are awesome. Eric Bieniemy would be one of the next guys to get a head coach's job.
But if Nagy was actually there with Andy Reid, this does not look like anything that Andy Reid calls.
Well, he does. So when Nagy first got to Chicago, he did a lot of cute stuff and this and that and little gimmick stuff. But you got to have some. If you're gonna run some gimmick stuff, you got to have some gimmick guys. You know what I mean? We don't got the cheetah.
But we
don't have the cheetah.
So Cohen was sort of the version of that before he got injured.
Who? Right.
But Tariq Cohen, so that worked.
Tariq Cohen is not the cheetah.
He not the cheetah, but Cohen was balling that first year.
He was a guy that they were putting in those situations. Then defensive coordinators, you know what they do? They study film. And then they figured out what he's doing, and now you can't do nothing. And you see that all the time. You see it with defensive coordinators. Somebody might come in. You see it all the time when a quarterback comes off the bench and ends up kicking ass. And he's like, oh, man, he did great. Then the next week, he don't do nothing. That's because the defense the week before didn't do any film study on him, had no idea what he was doing. Now the defensive coordinator, they have guys figuring out tendencies. If they line up in this, they doing this and this and that. Once that happens, once they get your tendencies, it's over.
So give us an example of when you guys used to go in the locker room. So you and Marv Levy, the coach.
Right.
So let's talk about last week when the Bears looked good in the first half and they just got pummeled the second half. So give the people Green Bay's coach gets them in the locker room.
This is what happens. That's called bad coaching. Because you have to make halftime adjustments. If you don't make halftime adjustments and the other team makes halftime adjustments, when you come out, you're going to get your ass kicked.
So tell the people the Bears going to halftime with the lead. Nagy.
They must have been, I don't know what actually went on, but I guarantee you they weren't making any adjustments. There were no adjustments made to anything that was being done.
Because everything Green Bay did the second half worked.
Exactly. That's because Green Bay looked and coach saw the tendencies, made halftime adjustments, came out with a different game plan in the second half. I mean, it's football's simple. It's not brain surgery, but if you not a brain surgeon, it's bad deal.
Let's talk about Tevin Jenkins. They drafted Tevin Jenkins the second round. He had a bad back. When I tell you people, this is one of the worst offensive linemen I've seen. I'm talking about people. He lets people get by him. He holds. He false starts.
It's bad. It's bad. And then
So, like,
and then
what
they,
is-
they got what's his name? He was smoking squares at the liquor store when they got him. He was retired. What's his name?
You're not talking about from Philly.
No, he hurt now.
He was.
Man, they got him off the street. He was retired, man. They brought him in.
You're not talking about.
Talked him into coming.
You're not talking about Philly's great line. Peters.
No. It's a black guy. What's his name?
The Bears got somebody
Bears.
that was smoking squares.
No, I'm just
Oh.
saying. But basically, he looked like the way he played. They had to play him into shape, and then he hasn't done nothing. So he just got another payday for no reason.
So give us input of what happens, like us as fans, when we look like, man, this guy is terrible. Why isn't he playing? But in practice, the coach actually sees that this guy's really the best we got.
It's what people don't understand is it's truly a job. The NFL is truly a job.
I see it, Richard. I'm going to ask him that question
You
next.
get up early in the morning. You got to be there for breakfast. You go to breakfast. You go to meetings. You have meetings all morning. And then you come down for lunch, and then you got meetings until practice. It's an all-day sucker. It's not, so they know what you can do and what you can't do, and they know what they're trying to do. If they got a good coaching staff, you know what they're trying to do. I mean, if you fit the bill for what they're trying to do, you're gonna be in the mix. If not, you're not gonna be in the mix. You know what I mean?
So why, Bear fans, why do you think the Bears, do you think it was a mistake to get rid of Lovie Smith? Because Lovie Smith
I don't know about that. I mean, you know what? I just know Lovie wasn't a college coach. I know that. But Lovie was doing well. But then he was kind of a low-key guy, and guys want somebody that's a little more fiery. But Nagy's not fiery. So allegedly Nagy was, on the cutting edge of offense and this and that. But he's proven that he's not.
So
he's proven that he's not. I mean, if I was offensive coordinator, the first thing I would do, I would call Phoenix and talk to the offense coordinator there, and he try to mirror some of the stuff they do, because that's the type of stuff you have to do with Justin Fields.
Bear fans, so what Nate just says is the Bears should call Arizona and talk to their coordinator. We have suggestions. Richard on here says that he wants Leftwich from Tampa. The only thing with Tampa, though, Brady's sitting in the pocket, so that system might not work.
It's a different system.
Richard, he said Leftwich
we don't have the offensive lineman for a quarterback to sit in the pocket. It's too much pressure. It's too many great athletes on defense, and those guys will eat up, just like they eat up the Bears every week.
That's Kingsbury. That's Arizona.
Kingsbury is the guy I would get in his ear and try to figure out something. Try to run something like that.
What about getting a coach from college? One of these offense. That's where Kingsbury came. He came from Texas Tech.
True, but Kingsbury is Kingsbury. There's only one Kingsbury. I don't think anybody out here is really doing it like that.
Let me see what the people saying. Somebody says Buffalo offensive coordinator. You probably know that. You can answer to that.
That they thought about a lot, and actually Allen runs around a lot. I mean, it's the same. Like, that's becoming the new normal. A quarterback that you can move around and you can throw the ball on the run. Allen's a big kid. He's a strong kid. He's a fast kid.
So that's similar to what Justin Fields is.
Exactly. So he's bigger. Allen's bigger, but.
And then what about Baltimore's offensive coordinator? Because if he made it worse, came in the league, Lamar didn't throw.
That offense is a running offense.
So the Bears got Montgomery.
We don't have an offensive line to do that, man. We can't run effectively with a bad offensive line. You can't pass effectively with a bad offensive line. You can't play football without an offensive line. Otherwise, you're playing 7-on-7.
So why don't they invest this draft in the offensive line?
That would be cool, but then it's a risk. You know what I mean? It's going to be a risk, because is the guy going to pan out? Is the guy going to be a Pro Bowler? You have no idea. So they already burnt up their first round pick, right?
Yeah. Jose, it's halftime. That's why we're talking. The game is at half. We'll be back with you third quarter. Richard, so what Nate is saying is, to your question, that the Bears need to get a coordinator that's going to use Justin Fields' talent getting out the pocket. That's what I think. It's obvious. That's what he did at Ohio State. I don't see him doing that a lot. They got him in the pocket, and he's getting hammered back here.
We on Facebook now, but then we be back on YouTube and halftime's over. All right.
Facebook, we'll be back on YouTube after half is over. Talk to me, Bear fans. I can see you. So Buffalo coordinator Richard said he wanted Tampa's.
But the problem is the Pagulas in Buffalo, they don't care. Check that. They're not letting nobody go. The offensive coordinator, if the Bears try to get him, they just give him a raise. Because that's how you do it. You keep, when you got something good, you keep it.
So they went to leave for a head coach? To be a head coach? I thought your salary would...
It depends on how much money they get. I mean, what the last time you got an offensive coordinator as a head coach, look what happened. You need to get a head coach that's a head coach. And I understand bringing someone in and hopefully they pan out, but you got to go with someone that's known, a known quality of a coach.
Why do you think when Belichick coaches leave, it doesn't pan out? Most of his coaches don't really do that great either.
I believe in the Belichick system. It's all for one kind of. You know what I mean? It's not Belichick's a smart dude, and he tries to keep smart dudes around him. And that's what championship coaches do. You want championship guys around you, smart guys around you, so when you run out of ideas, it's still ideas. Nagy is the type of guy that has to be the smartest guy in the room. So therefore, it's going to be an issue. At some point in time, you're going to run out of ideas, and guess what? You're going to run out of ideas. Just like they got the defensive coordinator. So the defensive coordinator, and y'all everybody understand this, if you're not really seeking anybody, or if you just, it's like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton wanted to cheat, right? But he was too lazy. So what did he do? He opened up the door to the office, looked down the hallway, and called Monica Lewinsky. It's the same type of situation. So now you got a dude that was the quality control coach for 6 years, and then you take him and you make him the secondary coach for a year, and then that was the safety for the Bears?
Eddie Jackson. We talked about that.
So now he's the safety coach for a year, which happened to be Eddie Jackson's worst year. Then they give him then he's the defensive coordinator. Do you know honestly, quality control doesn't do a lot. Quality control goes in.
So this is now the Bears defensive coordinator?
Yes.
So this is why the Bears secondary is this bad. Bear fans, where did Vildor come from? Can a Bear fan tell me why is Vildor the Bears' second corner? Why did they let go of Fuller? Getting ready for the kickoff the second half. Why did y'all get rid of Fuller? Now, I've got an off-the-wall suggestion to the Bear fans. It might sound a little crazy. What about Belichick's son? Because if anybody that he would give the information to, he'll give it to his son, right? Plus, he will have the connections.
He's got the connections. And
what do you guys think about that, Bear fans? Belichick's son.
It's a long stretch, but
it's a stretch. But who would you help the most but your son?
Right, no, 100%.
Bear fans, what do you think Los is saying Belichick's son? I know it might be a reach, but who gonna teach you better than your father?
Right, 100%.
So all he would have to do is bring somebody in, because look how Matt Jones looks at New England. It's like they don't make mistakes.
Well, Matt Jones was pro-ready before. I mean, my oldest boy has been talking about Matt Jones since he was in college. He said, Matt Jones is better than everybody else. And when he gets to the league, he's going to be better than everybody else.
So do you think Matt Jones' career is going to be better than Justin Fields and all the people before him?
At this point right now, yeah. Because he's a quarterback. Matt Jones is quarterback.
Second half kickoff. Did your friend play with Derek Burrows in Buffalo?
Derek Burrows. What year was he there?
What year was Derek Burrows in Buffalo?
Derek Burrows. That name sounds familiar.
He said the name sounds familiar. What year was Derek Burrow in Buffalo? Bear fans, how do you watch this every week? This is a atrocious football team, people. I mean atrocious. People like, share the videos. We are also on YouTube, EDITW Sports, EDITW TV, EDITW TV. We are on YouTube and Facebook Live. This is Carlos, your host. We have former Buffalo Bills, Chicago legend, Nebraska legend, Mount Carmel legend, Nate Turner. Bears offense is on the field. Fields is under center. Fields hands off. Montgomery still going first down Bears. What I see with the Bears watching them, the Bears running game looks decent. Is it easy to block running? Because the Bears actually are able to run the ball. It's like when they get to throwing it, that's when the problem happens.
Well, they have 0 points, right? They got
3 points.
You know what?
But they don't stick to the run a lot. They'll get back to throwing the ball again. Like this first down, why not pound Montgomery again? They go to Montgomery again. Montgomery is hammered.
Right.
So that play didn't work. 2nd and 9. Brian, what do you think? AD, I see you. What's happening, bro? Cowboy Nation. 10-4, baby. Montgomery lost a yard, 2nd and 11. Bear fans, talk to us. Fields play action. Fields looks. Fields is in trouble. He's running for his life again. Fields is sacked.
The offensive line stinks.
I think he lost about 20 on that play. Is that Jenkins again? That wasn't Jenkins. The tight end didn't hold his block. Komet didn't hold his block. We not looking that good, AD. Prescott got to play better, but the defense travels. It's going to be hard to stop Gregory Lawrence and Micah Parsons coming in together. He say 85 to 89.
No, he was gone before me. I remember him. He was around, but he wasn't.
He says he was gone before he got there. What year were you there, Nate?
91 through 95.
Nate was there 91, 95 when the Bills were going to the Super Bowl. And, of course, getting it handed by my Cowboys.
Cowboys suck.
There's only one star, people. That's the Dallas Cowboys.
There's more homosexuality on the Cowboys than the other team in the NFL.
Oh!
I'm not going to tell no stories, though.
Beth, here's the punt. Out of bounds on the 22. Bear fans, what are your answers? My question to Bear fans, what are you bearing down to do? To lose. What does bear down mean? Can somebody in Chicago tell me what that means? Bear down. What does that mean? What does bear down mean? I've given you your history. In your last 51 seasons, people, you have 27 losing seasons. This year would be 28. What are you bearing down to do? What does that mean? Can a Chicago fan please tell me what bear down means? Davari, but you don't have your first round draft pick because you traded out of the way to get Justin Fields. So now you're not even picking high in the draft. What do you want to do with Khalil Mack? What would you do with Mack going into his last year?
Trade him last year. Well, he's still worth something. He's not he's eating up too much capital, too much money.
So you would trade Mack.
He's eating up too much money, and the offense has ruined Khalil Mack.
The offense what?
The offense has ruined Khalil Mack. Because Khalil Mack, all he does is rush the passer, basically. So therefore, he's a track guy, right?
Right.
So he's a track guy. He's running. So first down, second down, third down, punt. So now usually the offense has a nice drive. Bears don't have nice drives. They go 1, 2, 3 punt. So guess who's back on the field? Khalil Mack. So by the third quarter, his tongue hanging out of his mouth and he's not worth nothing no more.
So you saying the last couple years is warmed down because the offense is back.
Down.
What do you think? What would somebody trade? What do you think you could get if you traded?
At this point,
they're showing your general manager people, Ryan, and then Pace. How do you miss out on Mahomes and Watson?
You know what? I'm glad they didn't give Mahomes or Watson because they'd have ruined them because they had no offensive line.
You think they would have ruined both of them?
Yes, because look, without offensive lineman, you can't play this game. Period. I don't care who the quarterback is. It'd be Joe Montana. You don't got an offensive line, guess what? He gonna get beat up. Mahomes will be beat up. Kid from Texas will be beat up.
Cook's outside. Cook's 30. Cook. It's a flag. It's a holding, people. That'll come back. Gain of 9 holding. Pace is garbage. Davari, but why do they keep Pace around?
He got pictures of the old lady.
You think he got something on somebody?
Somebody got something on somebody because, I mean, come on, man. These dudes should have been fired. They should have been fired. Did they fire my man Jacksonville yet?
Yeah.
So how did he get fired but these dudes ain't fired?
Jacksonville, I guess, saw the mistake sooner. 1st and 18, Cousin shotgun. Cousin hands to Cook. Cook is hammered. Hicks met him in a hole. Great play by Hicks. Bear fans, I can see the chat. Talk to us. Why? This is too good of a sports town. This is a great sports town for a product to look like this. I'm a Cowboy fan, but I want to at least see a decent product on the field, people. This is embarrassing. Pace is the Jeff Fisher in the NFL. How did Jeff Fisher keep it? He did keep his job a long time, didn't he, Davari? Cousins is back. He throws almost intercepted tip. 3rd and 17. What would you do with Hicks?
I mean, you need Hicks.
You wouldn't trade him?
No, I mean, but if you trading to get something, he's the only one that's worth something.
And you definitely don't want to let Roquan go. But
you don't
people in the chat earlier telling me Roquan wants out.
You probably would want out because he's a run-around guy too. So he's starting to get worn down. After he come back from that knee injury, now he's getting worn down. Draw
play to Cook. Cook.
Got him.
Nowhere to go. Cook is down at the 20. So as a former NFL player, do players actually look like, man, I got to get out of here?
Hell yeah. Definitely.
So what makes you think that? When you just look at the offense?
When the writing's on the wall and you see it's going south, and it's not you. If it's not you, you really want to get out of there.
What happens when they say the players have basically start giving the seeds like, I don't care? Isn't a risk?
Once it's mathematically impossible to be in the playoffs.
So how do you get a season up? Because you still out there.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You have to, playing a game, you have to play the game hard all the time. That's the same reason Teddy Bridgewater got hurt.
Oh, man, that was ugly.
Yeah, but check this out. He been playing not to get hurt for the past week, 2 weeks, month. Remember when he didn't attempt to tackle? Remember that?
Yeah.
Why he do that? For the same reason his ass got knocked out the other
But
day.
how could a quarterback play like that if you get the majority of the snaps?
What do you mean?
Scared.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You do that, you lose the respect of the team right off the bat.
It seemed like, to your point, though, it seemed like the defense did play hard for Trubisky, even though
You know what? Trubisky was decent, man. It was this dude, man, putting him in bad situations. You put somebody in bad situations, they're going to look bad. Did you see Trubisky when he came here in Buffalo? During the preseason?
That was preseason, though.
It was the first
big
quarter.
run by the Vikings.
It was the first quarter of preseason. It wasn't the third quarter. It was the first quarter. So in the first quarter, players play.
What game, though? Was the Bears starters actually playing?
They should have been, yeah. They was playing.
So you think Trubisky one day going to get another shot?
Oh, yeah, I guarantee. But Buffalo's going to pay him to stay.
So
they love him up there.
They love him in Buffalo.
You need a backup quarterback.
So you telling me that you think a team will take a chance on Trubisky again?
Definitely.
How many year contract does he have with Buffalo?
I'm not sure.
Vikings run first down. First down, Vikings are in Bear territory. Bear fans, if you're just tuning in, we have Nate Turner, former Buffalo Bill, Nebraska Cornhusker, and Mount Carmel great. He's live going over the games. We give you the games live on EDITW TV. To those of you that are not on the page, go to the page, EDITW TV, like, share, subscribe. You can get on the chat and we discuss this. I announced Chicago sports, football and basketball, baseball also. Bear fans, talk to us. I don't understand how Bear fans watch this every week. Whether it's Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Sunday day football, Monday night. This is a horrific football team, people. What would you do to change it?
Bears fans have Stockholm syndrome.
Explain to the people what they have. Nate says you have Stockholm syndrome, people.
Stockholm syndrome is when you fall in love with your abuser. Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
I never knew what that was.
And they're like, oh my God, the Bears this year, it's going to be the year this year.
Kwani, he said Bear fans have Stockholm syndrome. Kwani says, what's good, Mount Carmel?
All good, bro.
He said you have Stockholm syndrome. I didn't know what that was. He said that's when you fall in love with your abuser. Who's the abuser? The owner, the team?
The Bears.
Cousins is under center. He goes, Bears are there. 3rd and 3 is stuffed. Vikings in for field goal. Kwani, what do the Bears need to do? People, make sure you share, like. Share the video, people. We're listening. We want input from the fans. You should be demanding that a better football team is put on for the city. I'm a Cowboy fan, but when I go out of town, my cousins, it's to the point, people, my cousins in Detroit are teasing me. They are telling me that the Lions are better than the Bears. I believe the Detroit Lions are the worst team in the history of professional sports. They're calling and teasing me, people. Bear fans, I could see the comments. It's time to figure this out, people. This is in front of a national TV audience. I could think of the games that were national TV games. Last week, you took a pound in the Green Bay. The Rams, you took a pound into the first game of the season. Tampa, absolute pound. Bear fans, talk to us. The Bears, what was the penalty? Now the Vikings had the ball on the Bear 15. Cousins gives the Cook. Cook pounds to the 9. And to Nate's point, the Bear fans believe so much. I actually get bet from the fans. They don't even want the point spread.
Stockholm syndrome.
It's people on here tonight that told me the Bears were going to win. Go look at the comments. It's right there. Cousins, Cook, pounds. I'ma call it to the 8. Mike, I see you. It's people on here that tell me that the Bears were going to win tonight.
You see how long this drive is?
Yes.
You know what Minnesota defense is doing right now? Resting. So if they kick this field goal, they score, then the Bears go 3-4 and out. Guess what? They back on the field.
And then after you just deflate.
Man, they tired. They are tired.
Cousins shotgun, 3rd and 2. Cousins drops, looks, throws, wide open, people.
He goes to sleep on you.
Then he sleeps in the end zone after he celebrates. When I tell you people at home, you saw it. You cannot get any more open in professional football than number 15 was in the corner. Did somebody miss an assignment?
Yeah, the corner over the safety over the top. He's looking in the backfield. You see him looking. He got caught looking. 37 caught looking in the backfield, unless 22 had the whatever. They don't have no idea what they're doing. It's bad.
So that 9 means that 17-3, do you still stay with the running game, or is it not obvious pass situations?
It's obvious the pass situation, something that you can't do. The Minnesota's about to make you do something that you can't do.
Which is drop back and throw. Everett Twin, I see you. We got Nate here. Everett, talk to us about the Bears. We got a couple of discussions. First discussion, what do the Bears need to do? The second discussion, is Justin Fields the answer? Because Ohio State has had good quarterbacks, but I remember prior, Haskins, the new kid they got now, Stroud, and Fields. Is Fields the answer, Chicago? Is Fields the answer? Everett, Fields should be a receiver. Everett, we might be pushing it, bro. Get a brother a chance. A receiver?
He just needs some coaching, man. He needs some coaching and some tutelage and someone to take him under his wing. I don't know if Andy Dalton's the guy for that. Andy Dalton's just trying to make his money, look like to me. So you get who was the quarterback that Patrick sat behind?
Alex Smith.
And Alex Smith was a decent ball player. He just didn't have a big arm.
So why don't you think the Bears just didn't sit Fields for the year? Because they had to. People we're watching, they had to be watching in training camp. They have to watch film. So why not, man? We just gonna sit? Because don't they still got Foles on the roster?
Yeah,
is Nick? So you might as well put Foles in and just let him. Because why would you let him play behind this offensive line? I just don't understand
Like
it.
anything, both my sons are quarterbacks. And I know one thing. If when the heat starts coming and you can't stop the heat from coming, a kid will get happy feet. Same thing with a professional quarterback. If all of a sudden blitzes will come, these exotic blitzes, and offensive linemen can't make blocks, you already think about running before you even get the snap. So you get happy feet, and it changes your whole frame of mind, your whole thought process.
So you said it could mess your career up.
It can mess your career up. I mean, I'm not saying you can't come back from it, but I guarantee you Justin Fields has got some happy feet right now.
Average, you really believe that Justin Fields should be a receiver? You don't believe in Justin Fields, Average. You really believe maybe it's the coach. They need a quarterback coach. Better offensive system. Give him a chance. Nate sees Average says he is not a quarterback. Nate believes that Trubisky was as good as
They were the same player. They were the same exact player.
So if that was the case, why did they waste the pick to get Justin Fields and not re-sign Trubisky?
Because they needed to blame somebody. They tried to blame Trubisky, the whole thing on Trubisky. And then
Fields is back, pocket, he rolls right, looks to throw, throws it out of bounds.
you take shots like that, man. Your career don't last long taking shots like that.
That's not a flag.
No, it's not a flag.
Jenkins comes to his defense.
Jenkins about to get knocked out.
Jenkins finally did something, people, because he's not blocking. Now they're arguing with each other. 74 is arguing with Jenkins.
You got to protect your quarterback.
People tuning in when I told you Jenkins is one of the worst linemen I've ever seen. He's gotten every penalty imaginable this year. Holding, false start, illegal hands to the face, personal fouls. Everett, I agree, Allen Robinson's not a number one receiver. But Bear fans keep telling me he is. How is Allen Robinson the number one receiver?
Allen Robinson's the number one receiver on the Bears because the Bears don't got nobody. So when you put him on the Bears, yeah, he's a number one receiver.
He not better than Mooney, I don't think.
No, he's not.
Is Allen Robinson better than Mooney, people?
Is Mooney hurt again?
Mooney's out here. Tevin Jenkins, there it is, people. 3 penalties again tonight. They might as well get another person off the street and pay him less.
He's a rookie, man. You know, as a rookie, you take your lumps and
they run and stop 3rd and 20. Bear fans, what do you think you should do?
the problem is this with the Bears. You don't have any players.
You don't think they have any players?
Where are they?
Rokon Smith, Hicks.
Okay, defensively, name offensively.
You don't like Mooney? I think Mooney could be a possible second receiver. Fields is back, shotgun. Check down to Komet. Komet is short of the first. 4th down. Bear fans, who played? Nate says you don't have players. To the Bear fans, who are the players you think are pretty good? Starting with the offensive line. What? Montgomery's decent. Montgomery's decent. For him to get 100 yards behind this offensive line, I believe
Decent. If you're in class, you get a C, you're decent, right?
You don't think Montgomery?
If you're in class and you get a C on the test, that's decent.
I think Montgomery's.
So we trying to be C's and we trying to be A's.
I think Montgomery.
You have to get some players, man. So when you watch Kansas City play, right?
Okay.
You watch Kansas City play, they can go here. They can do a bunch of different stuff because they got a bunch of different type of players.
Great punt by the Bears.
They about to go 80 yards and score. 94 yards and score. You know what, man? The problem
I think Montgomery is a quality running back. Montgomery runs hard. For Dallas, I would take Montgomery now over Zeke. I would take Montgomery right now.
So he's not a starter, is what you're saying. You see what I'm saying?
Zeke starts.
Exactly. But there are a bunch of guys that are equal to Zeke across the league. You say, okay, this guy's a starter. It would be a battle. They'd have to battle it out. It wouldn't be no battle between Zeke and Montgomery. Zeke went out. What's the quarterback for Minnesota?
Cousins.
No, who's the running back for Minnesota?
Oh, Cook. That's what you're talking about.
So tell me this. Is Montgomery better than Cook?
We know that's not the
That's
case.
what I'm saying. So you look around the league and look at who you playing. You have to be equal to be equal to, right?
But
So
let's take
if you're not equal to, then you just not equal to. We just not of the same ilk.
But let's take the Patriots. Who are these no-name running backs and receivers? How do they win?
But that's the process. That's the process in New England. The process in New England is, you know what? They give him the quarterback when he came in. They gave him number 73 or something. You know what I'm saying? They take away your ego. They take away your ego. They take away, and it's a team effort. So therefore, you have to grow into the team effort. Then that's all for the team. And they've been doing that going all the way back to Troy Brown, playing DB, special team, receiver, not giving a shit, doing anything the coach would ask, right?
Because Belichick wins with less.
100%, because he's doing some coaching.
People
like they say, Coach Belichick say, I can beat yours with mine, and I can beat mine with yours, because he's a coach.
To the people that's just tuning in, I had a suggestion. It might be a little off the wall. What about bring Belichick's son to the Bears? Because who would he help the most? His coaches, I know his coordinators have failed, but Belichick, where I really believe, will help his son. So you bring him in to bring the New England way to the Bears, and you just get an offensive coordinator. Because at least you'll be disciplined. He'll know how to draft, like you say, what good players are, because his father's going to help. What do you think about that, Chicago?
You know
Get
what?
Belichick's son.
And the fact that they don't have a first-round pick does not matter, because the NFL is made up of 3rd through 6th rounders.
That's true. Vikings hand to Cook.
There we go.
That's a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. People, what's your thoughts?
Look at this kid. Bang. He set him up. He flat-footed, beat you.
Bear
Look
fans.
at 37. Watch 37's eyes. Look where he looking. See where he looking?
He was looking for the run.
Looking in the backfield.
Cousins is under center, 2nd and 4. He goes to Cook. He's stuffed. Is that Ogletree? Ogletree looks decent too.
Yeah, defensively, they okay.
Except in that secondary. With Vildor, that second corner. Jalen Johnson is decent. He not playing tonight. He's all right. Jackson, though, what do you want to do with Jackson, people? Why? What is he doing? He hasn't done anything since he got his money.
Right, exactly. That's the problem.
3rd and 4. Shotgun Cousins. Shotgun. He surveys all day. He looks like he's gonna run. They sparking it, first down Vikings.
And that's a phenomenon that takes place on every team. You know, you get a guy that'll get his money, and then he'll coast. And he'll coast to the next contract. Then it's a contract year, and then guess what? He's playing his ass off again to get the next break.
So you play when that contract comes.
Hell yeah, you play when that contract comes.
That's why Belichick likes to get rid of players. Because he probably knows that.
Unless it's like a super duper star guy, like when he brought Randy Moss in, or
Right.
when he does that, that's a specialty situation.
The Bears look like they're going to challenge the spot on the field.
Why would you challenge that, man? He already knows.
Why is he arguing at the ref for the spot? He should be figuring out how to score. That is short. They're going to overturn that, I believe. This will be 4th down.
He wasn't touched until he got to that point. He wasn't touched. So you're not down until you're touched. Nagy see his job slipping away.
But they should have saw that when Bear fans, when you were 12-4, when the defense won all those games, that's when I was like, I thought this guy knew offense. Because if he knew offense, the Bears would have been in the Super Bowl that year.
Who won those games?
The defense.
Exactly. So Nagy don't know what he's doing, man. If he could have put together a couple more drives, they could have been in the Super Bowl that year.
What about Fangio? You think they would have been better off with him coaching?
I have
and
no
bring.
idea. I think all those guys suck.
It's a good challenge. You're right, Markel. Punt.
This dude about to fumble the punt.
They need a good punt return, people.
What's his name?
It's blocked. The punt is blocked. Bears good position. Minnesota 30. 30 yards from Panther, people. You need 7 here. Now, this is a play I think they should roll Justin Fields out. Give him an option, run or throw. Great special teams play by the Bears. Fields is under center. Fields' hands. Why would they don't have a play to get Fields out the pocket?
I bet they got it.
People, I said that first down, it'd have been a great play to get Fields out of the pocket where he could run the throw. You don't want to put him in obvious passing situations. 2nd and 10, Fields shotgun. Fields, he rolls, he throws, he hits Mooney. Mooney gets 9, 3rd and 1. Third and 2, people, they give him 8. People, this is a huge possession for the Bears. They need to cash in 7.
It's going to be interception.
They call it 3rd and 1. Fields to Montgomery. Montgomery's met in the hole. Montgomery does not get there. 4th down.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. Markel, that's all you can say as a Bear fan, isn't it? Damn.
What'd he say?
Damn. Damn. Fourth and 1, people. They're not going to try to run this right up the middle, are they? Mooney's in the backfield. No, Fields looks, he's pressured, he's still nothing. Sacked. Sacked, people.
Great defensive.
Markel, you might as well say damn again. This time Markel said, what the, wow. They knew that he was going to roll out.
Yeah.
Why would you have Mooney in the backfield it's not. If you're going to run that play, why not keep Montgomery in the backfield? People at home that saw that play, what was that? Markel said, damn. Markel, how do y'all watch this every week? You should be calling every sports radio station tonight, tomorrow, all week. You are a horrific football team. The Bears special team makes a play, gets the ball in Minnesota's 30, and you actually lost yards, people. Now the defense has to come on the field again. So what's going to happen here, Nate, from a former player perspective?
They're going to be tired because they didn't get any rest. Well, they got 4 plays, 5 plays. How long did Minnesota have to rest? 15 plays? They're going to be tired. That's the reason. I mean, that's wasted. Max, 3 years of Max's career has been wasted doing this. 3 years. With him with his tongue hanging. You cannot get in that good a shape to do that every year. It gets old. Is he hurt now?
Yeah. He been hurt in and out the lineup for the last couple years.
Yeah. You know why? Because he tired.
And he really is no need to come back because you're coming back to this.
Right. He come back to be tired some more. I don't know, man. They got to make some decisions. Otherwise, it's going to be more of the same. You know what I mean? It's more of the same. When you continue to do...
Somebody say Memphis lost to OKC. That's a bad loss. What was you saying, Nate?
I forget. You broke my train of thought.
We were talking about Mac. How they wasting his years and why that he probably wants to take some games off.
He don't want to take some games off. He wants out of there. Trust me, he knows what it is.
Has he publicly?
No, he don't.
Has Mac publicly asked to be traded? People talk to him.
He hasn't asked, but you know he's feeling.
Cousins play action. Cousins looks.
Look at Cousins.
Bang. He throws incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's bad. It's bad business.
DeVar, y'all been winning without Ja. AD, you telling Richard what it is? I told Richard they were not going to anybody's anything this year. No playoffs. Via division. Wild card. Here's Cook. Mac wasting the rest of his career in Chicago. Paul said Mac is wasting his career. Paul, so why don't the Bears try to trade him?
It's almost too late. He's not worth. He beat up. It's not. I mean, what is he worth? Unless he go to Cleveland or somebody got to run a game.
Third and 9. I'm glad my 49ers didn't sign Cousins. And who is that? Paul, you a 49er fan? So what's the plan for Jimmy G? Do you want to go with Trey Lance next year? Jimmy, what's the plan in Frisco? Obviously, they drafted Trey Lance for him. They don't believe in Jimmy G, but I guess they wanted him to sit behind Jimmy G. Talk to me, Paul.
Trey Lance gives San Francisco an opportunity to run a 2-quarterback system like they've been doing. Trey Lance been playing. He got certain packages he's in the game. Unlike that, they tried to do that with Fields early, and that shit didn't really work out. It's working out for San Fran. Jimmy G gets in and does what he does. Trey Lance comes in and does what he does.
Kyle Shanahan, though, he knows how to call plays.
There you go. That's the difference. You talking about Kyle Shanahan.
That's another thing. Maybe get somebody off the Niners staff that knows Shanahan's system. Because the Bears got running. Because the 49ers put in a 4th-string running back and he'll go for 100. Right. That remind me with his father. Remember Denver used to win with Terrell Davis? Anybody.
Everybody had 1,300 yards after that, after Terrell Davis.
Why did Kyle play? Paul said, why didn't they play Lance when they were up 18 yesterday in the 4th quarter?
It was probably a package. They were trying to get some looks. You can't get looks, at practice, not real looks.
So when they was up 18, it wasn't the right situation.
They were like, check this out. We want to see this in a real situation. They want to see a play in a real situation with the kid.
But he's saying they was up 18 yesterday and they didn't play him. They didn't play Lance, is what he's saying.
Well, I thought he said that.
They say Lance haven't played since October. Everett, do you think Lance is better than Fields? What do you think the Niners are going to do with Are they going to go with Jimmy G in the future? What are they going to do with Lance?
As long as Lance is on the bench, he can't garner any money out on the street anyway. So Lance is going to be in San Francisco until they either play him or whatever.
But usually you don't want to waste your 1st-round pick to sit people on the bench, do you?
Well, it depends on the kid. Patrick Mahomes didn't play for a year.
Cousins, good defense by the Bears. They're going to get the ball back. 4th down.
But with the Bears, it don't matter when they get the ball back.
Bear fans, does it matter that you get the ball back?
He kind of had the hand on the hip, man.
He says, I think Kyle is scared to play Lance because he will show Jimmy G isn't good and then he won't get it. So you think they plan to try Jimmy G? That's what you saying, Paul? The Bears fumbled the punt.
I told you he's going to fumble it.
Nate just told me they were going to fumble. People, the Bears have fumbled the punt. What else can go wrong?
They run into the cam. Who is number 10?
He scored a touchdown last week. That's Bird, isn't it? Number 10 is Bird.
Look at this. They just not good.
Paul, you must be in fantasy football. You need another Justin. Jimmy G only got 1 year left on the contract. So do you think they should trade? He got 1 year next year, right? So you think they probably going to trade him in the offseason, right? Because you could get something for Jimmy G.
100%.
Question to Bear fans, is Jimmy G better than Justin Fields?
They different. Jimmy G's a game manager. He's not a playmaker. He's a game manager.
Well, Fields is a playmaker.
Right, when you put him in the right situation. But if you can't put him in the right situation, what's the use of having a playmaker? You know what I'm saying?
False start on Vikings. Paul, you wanted Fields in the draft? So you think Fields is better than Lance? Every depends how they do in playoffs. What you think the Niners can do in the playoffs, Everett? Mac looking like the best out of all of them. Hell yeah, Fields won't start. Everett, he's sticking with that. Fields is not a starting quarterback in the league. Enough is enough. Let me help them. I think Zach will be bust. Zach and Lawrence will be bust of quarterbacks. Second and 7 Vikings. Vikings are in bad territory at the 35. He gives the Cook. Cook gets to the 31. Bear fans, how do you watch this every week?
It's 37 talking smack. See, there's the issue, man. I just saw this dude get toasted. He just got toasted last drive. He out there still talking smack. That I think the issue is, man, the issue is veteran leadership, coaching. It's a bunch of issues.
Sacked. Hicks gets there. 4th down.
It's a bunch of issues, man.
So what happened when you was at Buffalo with the veterans?
You get your ass kicked.
Nate,
check this out. You got Daryl Talley and Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett, man. Come on, man. You don't. It's they team. You know what I'm saying? These are Hall of Fame guys. You don't say nothing. You know your role. Shut your hole and know your role. That's how you win. When you get people start, when things start changing and the money started changing, and now you got rookies making more than seasoned veterans, and now you can't really say nothing, and man, it's just different, man. Well, nobody gonna say nothing. Back in the day, there was gonna be somebody, this kid out here jibber jabbing his mouth. He ain't made the play all day. He made the play all day.
Maybe he talking to get himself confident.
Yeah, but that's not how football's played. You gotta play. Right? You gotta play, man.
$14, 17-3. The Bears defense is playing well. 3 takeaways. This offense, though, is just ridiculous. I say the 49ers should trade Armstead for a decent quarterback.
The who?
Armstead.
Who?
Their defensive end. Armstead hasn't been the player you thought he's going to be. You guys made a mistake. What's the guy you all let go to the Indianapolis Colts? What are you gonna get for Armstead? A 6th-round pick? Buckner. They should have never. Could you imagine Bosa and Buckner on the same defensive line? Do you think Cincinnati has a chance against Bama?
Bird.
I'm a Michigan fan and a University of Miami. No, Cincinnati doesn't stand a chance against Bama. Bama's quarterback is too good. They almost fumbled another punt. Bears almost fumbled another punt. Where they start? They're on 4?
They're on 4-3.
People, we're watching it. I told you I was going to call it live. 17-3. I was sad when they got rid of Buckner. He's non-existent. I haven't seen him do anything.
Where's Jackson?
Paul,
Jackson
who you
hurt?
fans of? I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, Paul. And Nate, I'm assuming you a Bill fan, right?
Yes, sir.
He's a former Bill, so he's a Bill fan. Speaking of the Bills, are the Bills Super Bowl contenders?
It depends on what team shows up. You know what I mean? We've had both teams show up this year. An awesome team and a team that's okay.
Can you go to New England next week and win? That game is possibly for the division.
You know what? Yeah, any week, anything can happen.
But are you confident in that?
Yeah, definitely.
Paul, you laughing at my Cowboys? There's only one star. That's us. I like Josh Allen. Ask him if he wants Josh Norman back.
Nah, I don't want Josh Norman back.
He don't want Norman back. Paul said Josh Allen can beat Matt. I don't understand how Buffalo lost that game when New England only threw the ball, 3 times?
Yeah. It was they came at them with something different, man. And that's what you have to do. You have to be able to do something against the grain to catch somebody off guard. Belichick's a bad man. He going 3 tight ends running the ball, 3 tight ends and a fullback. You know what I mean? Come on, this.
Fields is hammered again.
Oh, Lord.
That was almost a safety, people. What was that? A delayed hand? What was that?
You know what it was? It was bad offensive line play.
Oh, the center he bobbled the center. Then it was miscommunication. Oh my God.
He didn't want it. 24 didn't want it.
People that are watching this live, has to be one of the worst offenses in the history of football. Paul, your uncle is a smart man. They call a personal foul on the Vikings. Because he body slammed him? My question
because he
do
won.
y'all think Brady is what made Belichick good coach, or did Bill make Brady a good quarterback? I think they both helped each other, but I think Belichick, look at how New England's playing without Brady, with a rookie Mac Jones. Belichick knows football, people. You 30 minutes from where Dak went to high school, Dak gonna have to play better for us. Markel, are you still damning over there? Yeah, Bill's the best coach ever. First down, Bears. You know who was a hell of a coach, though?
Who?
And I know you don't like the Cowboy, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson
wasn't the coach. Jimmy Johnson's the front man. The coach is damn Norv Turner.
The middle to commit first down.
Norv Turner's a great coach.
But what happened when Norv left Dallas? When he went to Washington?
It was already in place. It was already in place at that point. At that point, you brought along your replacement.
Jimmy had an eye for talent. And he was very disciplined. Where did Marv Levy, before he was at Buffalo, where was he at?
All over Kansas City, up in Canada. I think Washington for a while.
So who, the offensive coordinator came up with the K-gun, or was that Levy?
He was the offensive coordinator.
Fields underneath the commit. 10 minutes left in the fourth.
You know, when you got those type of weapons, you got to use them. You got, you know, Don Beebe and Andre Reed and James Lofton. Man, you gotta put everybody on the field and run them around. But that's when you got weapons. If you don't got weapons, you can run around till you blue in the face.
Fields runs, first down. That might be a flag. It is a flag. What about that great offense? Was that Ken Hall?
Yeah.
Because it was a couple of Hall of Fame offensive linemen, right?
House Ballard, Ken Hall. It's a bunch of great guys, man. John Fina, Glenn Parker.
That's a penalty on Hendricks. Personal foul.
Hendricks a veteran, too.
Paul says, wait, y'all used to play football. Paul, I'm going to let Nate tell. Paul, this is a former NFL player. This is Nate Turner, former Buffalo Bill.
What'd he say?
Did y'all used to play football? Paul, I didn't play any. I wish.
I played a little bit.
Ooh.
It was just a glancing blow. He all right. He didn't give him what he could have gave him.
Paul, nice to meet you too, bro. Look at the subscription, Paul. We also on YouTube. Go to EDITW TV. Like and subscribe. We on YouTube. So I do like, you can see the interview that I did with Nate on the YouTube channel. Nate, you say, Paul, who y'all want to win? I want Minnesota to win because I got money on Minnesota.
Look at that.
But as a person born in Chicago, this is tough to see. This is just horrific. Nate, I'm assuming you want the Bears, right?
Nah. You know what? The Bears, I like the Bears, but I don't like the Bears. I don't like the Bears because they putting this kid in a bad position. You know, and then they like loading him up with all this, you know, putting this stuff on his shoulders, but they're not giving him what he needs to succeed. Look at that.
Fields is running. Fields throws, all knocked down, third down.
Patrick Peterson.
So you the GM, what do you do? This Fields' first year, going in the off season. Give me the steps of what you would do.
You got to get him some tutelage, man. You got to get him you got to bring somebody in to really take him under the wing. You would think what's his name would do it. You know, those other guys not going to do it.
Shotgun, Fields is back. Fields is under pressure again. He escapes. Fields throws. Should he have caught that?
Patrick Peterson.
Or was that Harrison Smith, the safety?
That was Patrick Peterson again.
He wanted Jimmy Graham. Markel, all you can say is damn.
Number 7, Patrick Peterson.
That was Peterson. Peterson knocked it away. Fourth and goal. Fourth and goal.
For Nagy's job.
Where his...
For Nagy's job right here.
Fields looks, end zone. Is it in?
It's 1 foot.
Great catch, but he's out of bounds. Mooney's out of bounds. Turnover on downs.
Why couldn't he drag both feet?
Because he had to reach back.
Look,
That's a tough catch.
Drag, get both feet down. You got to get both feet down.
One.
You got to get both feet down. You got to get that other foot down.
Look like his momentum wouldn't let him.
You know why? Because he's Mooney and he's not the cheetah. And he's not any of those other great receivers in the league. And that ends up being a problem, man. You got to have some players. You got to have some players, man.
Paul, you think the Cardinals are one and done in the playoffs? They haven't been looking good lately. 2 losses in a row. The Rams beat them, and then they got. When you get pounded by the Lions, you do have to question. The Cardinals aren't looking good. Bear fans, 17-3. Bear fans, are you going to score a touchdown tonight? Let's start talking that. Are you going to score tonight? Are you going to score tonight?
The Bears offense? The Bears offense sucks. I don't even know what the issue is. The one calling the plays is calling the plays.
You don't want Mahomes to win? Kansas City's defense is playing. It's gonna be hard to beat them in the playoffs. This the best the defense looked since Mahomes been there. Richard, are you still out here, Richard? What do you have to say for your Bears, Richard? Rodrigo, I see you. Bills can beat them. Margarita, how you doing? Bear fans, talk to us. How frustrating is this to be a Bear fan? To watch this? Don't tell me Nagy tried to challenge. I think all touchdowns can be challenged. So I don't think he elbows out.
Where's his other foot?
Looks like they're still reviewing it. Taiwan, what's happening, bro? What do the Bears need, Taiwan? Nate says they need everything. I think they need a lot.
They need new ownership.
We haven't even talked about the owner. Do you think they will possibly sell the team?
Nope. They're going to ride it until it blows up.
Call on the field stands incomplete. Turnover on downs. Vikings ball, 8:30 left in the fourth, 17-3 Vikings.
They're over there trying to school Justin. Look at these dudes. They look like kids, man. Like you look at other teams and the dudes look like grown men. It's an issue.
Now they're going to pound Cook. Cook gets 4. 2nd and 6.
Running the ball is how you win football game.
So now you don't even really want to tackle as much, right?
What do you mean? As far as what?
Defense, because you've been out there so long.
I'm tired as hell. They've been out there. I mean, the Bears had a longer drive that time. Don't be surprised Justin Jefferson gets behind somebody and they score. Don't be surprised.
Cook, Vildor makes a play. 3rd down. Holding on the Vikings. That'll push them back. 2nd, it should be 2nd and 16. Paul, you say on question for the Cowboys, tell me why you think Elliott is better than Tony Pollard. I believe Pollard is better.
Did Elliott?
Yeah. Pollard, in my opinion, Paul is better than Elliott. I like Pollard because he can go the distance at any moment. Second and 12. Cook hammers up the middle.
He's eating up clock now.
Markel, you think Zeke is better than Pollard? I don't believe that, Zeke. I mean, Markel, look at the average per carry. Shotgun Cousins. Cousins back. He throws incomplete. Markel, I believe that Jerry Jones made a mistake by giving Zeke a bad contract, and he still got to play him. Body of work, I agree with that, but I'm talking about today on the football field.
Bears defense ball.
Markel, you say Zeke is a monster. Look at what he's doing this year. He's not producing like a monster.
He a monster with no teeth.
He got to produce more, Markel. We messed up paying Dak. Markel, I would rather have Dak than a lot of quarterbacks in the league. The score is 17-3 Vikings. Who was that? Dale. 17-3 Vikings. Vikings did the Vikings just punt? Or they got the ball?
They just punted.
Vikings just punted to the Bears. Bear fans, you have not scored a touchdown. You are at home on Monday night. This Viking defense also is not a great defense, people.
And you got a head coach that's allegedly the offensive guru. He ain't done nothing. He ain't pitched a drop.
If you fans do not call those radio stations tomorrow, But when you accept this, people, this is what happens. Because they know you're going to buy tickets next year, the year after. They'll sell out regardless, won't they?
Stockholm syndrome. I love my Bears.
Hey, they going to be all on Facebook tonight, tomorrow, how bad everything is. But you'll watch them next week. Who do they play next week? You do have the Giants on the schedule coming up. So you should beat, you got the Giants at home. They get mad at me, Nate. All I do is give them the facts with the notebook.
Right.
All I do, people, is deliver the message. But Los is the bad guy. Dale says they should have kept Loving.
Damn.
You going
back 2 decades.
Markel, they better beat the Giants. If you do not beat the Giants, Markel, you know what that means? That means you're the second worst team in the NFC and the 5th worst team in the league. That's what that means. Bears, Fields is back. Fields looks, throws. Incomplete. What you think about Komet? He was supposed to be a good tight end coming out of Notre Dame. People, what do you think about Komet?
I played with his daddy in Buffalo.
He played tight end too?
No, he played defensive tackle. Frank Komet.
Markel said Bears ain't shit.
Agreed.
Komet is overrated. Second down shotgun. Fields escapes. Rolls, he runs. He's got a lane. Fields still running. Out of bounds into Minnesota territory, 32.
But that's not offense. That's a broken play. That's a kid making a play. You have to put together some offense for this kid.
But Mahomes does stuff like, but he'll throw it.
Mahomes stuff is scripted.
What about Lamar Jackson? Oh, what a spin move. Out of bounds. 2nd and 10. People, Fields is running for his life out here.
Mm-hmm. That's a breakdown. That's a play breaking down.
So how are they in there that quick?
Look at the offensive line. Look at that. If the offensive linemen are looking at the quarterback, it's a bad situation. And most times you see them, the offensive linemen are staring at Fields. You have to, if you're blocking, you're facing away from him. Watch it. Everybody's facing Fields. Watch. Unbelievable, man.
Fields looks, throws. He's got a first down to Mooney. Good catch by Mooney.
Yeah, he wide ass open. They not even.
Bears, this is a chance to score. 5:30 and running. The clock is running.
You got to give a kid a situation, man. You can't keep putting him in bad situations. He's in bad situations every series.
Short pass, Montgomery. The safety Smith knocked him out of bounds. Sherman, what's happening? Sean, what's happening? If you guys are Bear fans, questions. What do the Bears need to do next? Second down. Fields is in the shotgun. Fields looks, running again. Slides, very smart to get down on that play. 3rd and 2.
That is not an offensive play. That's a kid making a play. They have no play that they write up works. When if they had a play that worked that wasn't jazz? They playing jazz, man.
So you think he gonna run again?
If the pocket break down, like it's been breaking down all night long.
Fields, looks, throws, end zone, overthrew Mooney. 4th and 4. Everett says receiver run. Everett, he's a quarterback, Everett. He's not that bad, Everett. Everett, you really believe he's this bad?
I don't think he's that bad. I believe he's in bad situations. That's a drop. That's 4th down.
Bird dropped the ball.
Why you got him in the game?
Because that's their third receiver.
Hence the issue. Hence the issue. You mean you don't catch this ball? You in the NFL and you don't catch this ball. You on the field on Monday night. Look, wide ass open. Wide ass open. You don't catch that ball? Come on, man. He need to be working at McDonald's. Come on, seriously.
Nate, the ball was a little high.
He
got to catch that.
He fumbled the punt. He dropped that ball. Get out of here. All right, he'd be on the waiver wire before he even got home tonight.
What would happen in Buffalo when you played?
Your ass wouldn't be out there.
Everett said Ohio State receivers made him look good. Cook for 3. Timeout Bears.
Lord have mercy. They suck, bro.
Who? The Bears?
Yes. Who's this kid? Bird?
Where did they get Bird from?
Wherever they got him.
People in the chat, did they draft Bird? Is he a free agent? Where did Bird come from?
CVS. He went to the V.
Third down. Where did they get Bird from? Any Bear fans? Bird. Richard Robinson, let's just say it, the Bears are trash. But Richard, how do y'all watch this and then why do y'all get upset when y'all really know the outcome? Why do Bear fans get so upset? Everett, he's a free agent. What team was he on before he played with Chicago? He played in New England. Where was he at, Everett, before New England? Brian, you're back. Brian, why did you actually think they were going to win tonight, Brian? Brian, you told me that they were going to win tonight. What made you think that?
Lord have mercy.
First down, he got
Jefferson.
This is the worst I've seen these marks. He started with Carolina. Burns started with Carolina. Everett, did you think Trubisky was a quarterback? So you said Justin Fields is a receiver. Do you think Trubisky was a quarterback?
Trubisky and Justin Fields are the same guy. They the same guy. The offense is not catered to them at all. At all. Fields isn't a drop back passer. Neither was Trubisky.
Richard said they playing with no purpose or pride. Pink slips on the way. Markel, they need a fire sale. Jimmy, Bears coach is going to coach Lockport High School.
And lose.
Jimmy, you said he's going to the high school level?
The Bears defense is tough, man.
Brian says no front line. Oh, the Bears play the Vikings at the end of the season. Bet fans, so you play the Giants, you're going to lose at Minnesota and lose in Seattle. So if you do not beat the Giants, people, that means you're the second worst team in the NFC. Of course, you had the Lions, the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Jets.
It's a sorry group of fucking players. Teams and players. I don't know what the Bears are doing, man.
They say sad part is he will have a job by the time the season starts. Markel, who would hire him to do what? What would you hire Nagy to do? Clearly, he doesn't know offense. Who's going to hire him? What, you going to hire him to coach special teams? Usually when the coaches let go, other teams will pick them up. I think Nagy is so bad, Markel put white power. White power is not going to save Nagy, I don't think. Do you see him?
It's I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, the Bears organization's been around for a long time.
But they saying another team's going to pick him up.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the Bears going to get rid of him. The Bears not going to get rid of him.
Nate, come on. You're saying that the Bears are going to keep Matt Nagy as coach.
They kept him this long. What would be the reason for getting rid of him now? No, seriously, what would be the reason? Because they woke up different in the morning? No.
Because they were 8-8, 8-8, 12-4. So now they're going to finish probably at worst, 4 and what is that? 13?
It's bad.
At best, 5-12. Football is political from day one. There, I said the Lions, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Texans. That's where your Chicago Bears are. Yes, you are. Markel said he drafted a rookie quarterback that might save him another year, unfortunately.
Who?
People, that Markel says that Nagy might. People, you actually believe that Matt Nagy's going to keep his job?
Yes.
No, Matt Nagy's gone.
No, he's going to be there.
No.
He's going to be there. The Bears are going to suck, and he's going to...
I don't even think Stockholm Syndrome, as you called it.
Stockholm Syndrome is alive and well in Chicago.
Bear fans would go crazy if he stays.
Like they should have been going crazy already. Why haven't they gone crazy at this point? I thought they was going to fire Matt
Offensive
Nagy
players
last
are
week.
horrible. It's a lot of teams where Montgomery, Mooney, Fields, Komet, and Robinson wouldn't even play.
Exactly. Those are facts. Those are facts. That's what I was telling you before. So who on
Average, that's what Nate is saying.
you got just look at Minnesota. Cousins is better than Fields. The running back is better than the running back.
I think Montgomery's decent.
Jefferson's better than every receiver we got. Come on, man. The offensive line is better. That's how they're just better. That's why they lose.
But he said wouldn't play. You telling me that Montgomery couldn't play for another team?
Who's Montgomery?
The running back.
Nah.
I think Mooney is decent.
Who is Mooney, number 11?
No, that's Bird. Mooney's the other
No,
fast guy.
Bird's number 10.
Now, I'm not saying, yeah.
Mooney
11.
Yeah.
Bird is 10.
I don't know.
Everett wouldn't start. Everett, you don't think Montgomery is as good as right now, as good as Zeke Everett? For my Cowboys, right now, you don't think Montgomery is as good as Zeke?
Nope.
The injured Zeke that's running now.
Nope.
Montgomery runs hard. Now, I get on the Bears. Montgomery runs hard.
He's running hard for what? He scores. He got a touchdown. What's he do today?
Everett put hell no.
Right.
So let's do this, people. Who would you keep on the Bears that you think are quality starters? Akeem Hicks, Roquan Smith, Jalen Johnson. Who else, people?
It's a tough one. I really don't see anybody on the field that I would keep. I mean, except for Fields. But a lot of times, it's the scheme and not the people. It ain't the kids, it's the scheme. You know what I mean?
You don't like Roquan Smith? Fields back. Checks down to Herbert. Herbert.
There's 140 left.
Mac is going to get traded. Jimmy, we talked about that, but what's his trade value? What is his trade value? Fields looks, checks down to Herbert again.
That's all that's there. You know why? Because they playing it right. Look, keep him in the middle of the field.
Richard put it's not the players, but the execution.
Exactly. Well, it's not.
So you don't think it's
the plays?
So he's saying it's not the players.
No, it's the players too. It's both. It's both.
People, make sure you like and share the video. Look at the YouTube channel in the link. EDITW TV, this is what we do. This is the people. We want you to give us input about what goes on with your team. We got 49er fans on here. I'm a Cowboy fan. Nate's a Buffalo fan. We got Bear fans on here. Talk to me, people. Let me see your teams in the chat.
You need offensive linemen, man. If you don't have offensive linemen, you can't play this game.
Fields, his commit.
See, they keeping him in the field. So what? He gets a catch for 15 yards, whatever. Clock's running.
Richard is a Cowboy fan. Cowboy Nation. Richard, you make sure you go to my YouTube and subscribe. EDITW TV. I need Cowboy Nation with me.
Look at this shit. Look at this.
Steelers, Dale. Your Steelers escaped the other day, Dale.
How did that happen?
Dale, the Steelers aren't making the playoffs this year.
So Ryan Pace. They show him he up there drinking vodka. Hey, boy, that's vodka. Look, he about to commit suicide with vodka. He looking for his gun so he can shoot himself.
We got a Packer fan on here. Jimmy, you like the Packers?
I like the Packers. Oh, I like the Packers.
Y'all be pounding. Does Aaron Rodgers pound the Bears, Jimmy?
Lord have mercy. This is probably one of the worst executed games I've seen.
The whole division is up in the air. None of them deserve. Damn, Cincinnati is better than you. So is Baltimore. Brian, you a Dolphin fan? I don't know about Tua. We got a Raider fan. Markel, you barely escaped today. I had Raider people on the YouTube today, Raider Nation. You're not making the playoffs. Don't be too happy about the win you got today. Why does Baltimore keep going for 2? They also did that against Pittsburgh. Baltimore has been gambling too much and losing. They're better than Pittsburgh, though. Baltimore is better than Pittsburgh. The only question now, people, can the Bears score?
My boy Lorenzo said you be hollering like Stephen A. Smith.
5 seconds. Bird. Out of bounds. One more play.
Why didn't he just fumble? It made him trifecta.
He say, I holler because I'm passionate.
I know.
I love it. Pittsburgh is trash. That's what Jimmy told me. One play for a touchdown, people, so you don't at least get a touchdown at home on Monday night. Fields back. He throws. Touchdown.
Nope.
That didn't even work. They called him short of the end zone. Oh, because he was juggling.
Yep, he didn't have, then he had it.
Harbaugh hasn't been confident in teams' chances. That's why he's tried to win at the end of the game.
Oh, they gave it to him.
They gave him a touchdown, people. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown Bears.
Yeah,
so at least you did score a touchdown, people.
Man, that was in mop-up duty. Everybody running around, 1 second left. Get out of here.
But it looks better years from now when we didn't get beat 17-3 or 17-9.
You said we.
I mean the Bears to the Bear fans.
I don't know, but you said we. You claim it? You claim it?
No, people, I'm a Cowboy fan.
You said we.
Bear down. People, you did score a touchdown.
It's like a parting gift.
Anything's a win for the Bears. You scored a touchdown. Touchdown Bears.
Were they here? Was that in Chicago?
Richard. He said we. I wanted the Bears to score a touchdown, people, because I felt bad for the Chicago fans. Brian said,
you said we.
Hey, Brian, aren't you about to play Call of Duty? People, let's talk post game. What's the next step, Bear fans? Jimmy, they scored a touchdown. Hey, Jimmy, when they played the Packers, I was getting calls from Bear fans. We got this, Los. I said, you don't understand, it's going to go wrong quick. And did it go wrong quick? Everett said Club Dub is closed for the season. What the Bears used to do when they celebrated? Is that Club Dub that when they celebrate in the locker room? Jimmy, did it go wrong quick last week?
Man, they need to hand grenade the whole thing. Hand grenade and start over, man.
Everett, tell the chat what happens to Club Dub. Is that when they be dancing in the locker room? There's nothing wrong with wanting to win. Jimmy, why are the Chicago fans so delusional? How much money, Jimmy, do you win against the Bear fans every time y'all play? Do you rack up, Jimmy?
Stockholm syndrome.
Jimmy, I'm not even a Packer fan. All I do is, and then Jimmy, they're so sick. They don't even want the points. We're gonna be there. I like, bro, just a straight bet. Bet Los tonight. They don't even want points. Oh, we own Minnesota. We own Kirk Cousins. Not this team. Not this team.
That's funny.
Is it sinking in that you're not going to anybody's playoffs?
When you have Stockholm syndrome, nothing sinks in. Tomorrow it'll be like a fresh new day. Oh, we're Bears today. We're on 0. You forget everything.
People show us some, we need some, show us some love. People, where are you at, Chicago fans? Y'all was all on me yesterday when the Lakers lost to the Bulls. Y'all found me on YouTube. They found me everywhere yesterday. I'm talking about as soon as I put live. Producer, am I lying? When I went live yesterday, I never seen so many people come in at once. I'm like, damn, where all these people come from? They came to Facebook and YouTube. They was waiting. Davari say Pace and Nagy need to be gone like Goodfellas.
Right. Like go down in the basement and never come back up.
Clean house from top to bottom. But who's the potential coach?
Who cares? Anybody.
Betting against the Bears, this is what Jimmy said, is guaranteed money, is it? It's like stealing money, Jimmy. Jessica, what do you have to say about the Bears? Are you a Bear fan? New people, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. EDITW TV. The link is in the description. EDITW TV. This is what we do, people. We do the same thing on YouTube. Another trash. Jimmy put another trash whiteboard.
Who?
Jimmy.
Who?
Who you talking about trash, Jimmy? I like, Davari said I like the Bills offensive coordinator. Adam, are you a Bear fan? If you're not, if you are, tell me what do you think you need to do? What do you need to do, Adam? Have you ever been part of a losing? Oh, let's talk about when you played at Carolina.
Yeah.
So he's going to talk about his Carolina. How bad was it in Carolina?
It was different because we were a new franchise. So everything was, we played our home games at Clemson. It was just a weird situation. But we didn't did we make the playoffs? We didn't make the playoffs the first year.
So as a professional, when you go on the field, a professional competitor never wants to say they're going to lose.
No, never.
So when you go out here, do the Bears actually think they're going to win, or they deep down they know, man, we about to lose again?
You know what? Given the situation, I believe they know that they're going to lose. Because you don't have any damn offensive line. There's nothing. Look at this. You're running for your life. There's no light at the end of the tunnel, especially with basic offensive line play. Defense playing great. They playing championship football on defense. They playing championship football.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would think.
Did you see them last week against the Packers?
No, I didn't watch. No,
Oh,
it's the Packers.
But 45.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
The week before, 33 to the Cardinals.
Look who you playing against, though. You playing against an offensive genius. As far as the coach is concerned.
Don, what's up, bro? We talking about the Bears. What do the Bears need to do, Don? Jimmy, he's running like he's getting from the... he's running like he's getting away from the gang members.
He's not doing too good of a shot. He get blicked in the back of the head.
Don, what do the Bears need to do? Do you think Justin Fields is the answer? Everett, if he's still on here, says he's a receiver, he's not a quarterback. He don't believe that Justin Fields is the answer. Certain Bear fans think it's the offense. What do you think? People chime in. Make sure you share the video. Like it. Go to the YouTubes. Subscribe. EDITW TV. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Jimmy, your Packers escaped yesterday. I believe if we have better blocking with good receivers, he'll be decent. So Jimmy,
That's a lot, man. Better blocking means the whole offensive line.
So you need
better receivers means all the receivers gotta be better.
What receivers would you keep if you were the Bears? How you doing, Richard? People, put your team in the chat. We have Cowboys, Bears, Packers, Raiders, Steelers. Any Raven fans on here? Cardinals, Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Eagles, Washington football team. They should have kept Amos and Fuller. I agree. Moody is decent. I like Moody. But I think Moody's he's a number 2 receiver. They got to get a number 1 receiver. Allen Robinson, face it, people, is not a number 1 receiver. Bears fans, you are now 4-10.
Damn.
I'm going to repeat, you are 4-10. Your last win was on Thanksgiving against the hapless Lions, where it took a field goal to beat them 16-14. That means, people, the Chicago Bears, what's today's date? December what?
20th.
So that means you have not won in a month, people.
Right.
Chicago has not celebrated, the Bears have not celebrated a victory in over a month. How many of you wore your jerseys today? How many said bear down today? What are you bearing down to do? Oh, don't start. Who is that? Dale. I've told them for weeks that they're not going to anybody's playoffs via NFC North, via wild card. You know what the people told me when the year first started? They said, Los, they've added an extra playoff team this year. You know what I told them? That does not include you. Because you are one of the worst teams in football, people. Who are you better than? The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, the New York Jets, and the worst team in the history of professional sports, the Detroit Lions. You are the fifth, maybe sixth. You might be better than the Giants. But the beautiful thing, we get to see it because you play the Giants. That's how bad the franchise has gone, people. You are one of the, anytime I bring up Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, New York Jets, and the Detroit Lions, that is where you're at now.
Carp. Bottom feeders.
Do you understand that, people?
You know how you fish for carp? With corn. And you drag the corn along the bottom of the riverbed. Then they bite.
Are they going to watch them next week? No matter what, will Bear fans tune in?
I love the Bears. That's my team. We're going to do good this week. Justin Fields is going to do good this week.
So now it's about Justin Fields.
Yeah, man. He can't. Check this out. If you don't have offensive
He's
line,
going to run for his life again next week. Yeah. Is it comprehended? Is it sinking in? You sick, delusional, foolish Bear fans. The same thing's going to happen next week.
All you got to do is go to your local head shrink and tell them, say, look, I feel that I have Stockholm Syndrome and I need help. And you stop worrying about trying to mathematically make it work so you get to the playoffs at 7-10. It's not going to happen.
And I'm glad they finally stopped that. That's what they were telling me, Nate. First is when we're going to beat Green Bay. They was like, we're going to beat Green Bay.
You won't beat Green Bay until Aaron Rodgers
leaves.
Right.
So what they told...
And then you might not either then. Because by that time, the kid will be ready.
The Bear fans told me, they said when we beat Aaron Rodgers the first time in Soldiers Field, we're going to beat Aaron Rodgers and then we'll tie Green Bay. You know what they told me, Nate? And we own the tiebreaker.
That's stupid. So Aaron Rodgers, look at Green Bay. Green Bay is an awesome franchise, right? Who they got Love. You forgot about Love, didn't you?
Love not good.
You forgot.
Did you see Love against Kansas City?
You forgot about Love. Love is he's in a learning process.
Jordan Love is terrible. He's
in a learning process.
Jimmy, I need to hear from the Packer fan.
He's in a learning process.
They said Jordan Love is in a learning process.
He's in the same learning process that Justin should be in.
Justin is better than that. Did you see Love against Kansas?
At this point in time, yeah, but watch Love, man. I'm telling you, he's green.
I haven't seen
Love is green. He's green. Watch.
I need to hear from Packer fan. Jimmy, Kelvin, Warren. I need to hear from them. From what I've seen of Jordan Love.
Remember we had this conversation. Jordan Love will end up better than Justin Fields.
People, Nate says that Jordan Love, the Packers' backup, will be better than Justin Fields. I disagree with that.
Eventually. Shit. Justin Fields might have a career-ending injury behind this offensive line. You can't.
Why are they playing him?
You can't put together offensive line that fast. For one, the Bears not going to spend that money. For two, it'll take them 5 years to put together offensive line that they need to have. Because you got to piecemeal it. You got to get a guy here, got to get there, and then they have to stay healthy. So by the time they get an offensive line together, his career will be over with.
Then they got to address the other positions, the receivers.
It all has to be addressed at the same time. They obviously can't address any of the questions. They didn't have a quarterback issue. That's how crazy they are. They let the fans
get rid of
Nagy
get rid of
Jedi mind trick the damn fans into believing that it was Mitch Trubisky.
Because that's how Nagy figured he'll keep his job.
That's the only way he can keep his job, by Jedi mind screwing these people. And then Trubisky's fine. Trubisky's just fine.
That did buy him time.
Exactly, but it's game. So now you seeing the game. Now everybody's seeing the game. I just really believe, man, Justin, they need to get some offensive linemen or some type of scheme to protect this kid. Otherwise, the little talent he's got is going to wither away because he's going to get beat up.
Any comments in the chat? Bear fans, are you still there? Jimmy, I know you're a Packer fan. Nate's Buffalo, I'm a Cowboy fan. We had Raider fans, Steeler fans. What about Bronco Nation? That's who my brother likes.
They need to get a quarterback in Denver.
Because, yeah, Teddy, that's what I told my brother.
Teddy is horrible. I've lost all respect for Teddy when he didn't make that tackle. And then he's playing not to get hurt. Whenever you play not to get hurt, guess what happens? You get hurt. And that's what happened yesterday with him.
People, what comments do you have for the Bears?
Look at these dudes making plays. You know, you watch these highlights, you see these kids making plays, man.
Jimmy, what's the deal with Jordan Love, Jimmy? Is Jordan Love the future? Jimmy said that they're drunk. They sleeping drunk. That's why they quiet like as a church mouth. They're depressed. That's why Bear fans are quiet. Jimmy, I would be there 4-10. Davari, you believe the Super Bowl is New England and Tampa? You think New England can beat Mahomes, Davari? I still think Buffalo's better than New England. Jimmy says Jordan Love is not the future. I was waiting for the Packer response. I didn't think so either.
Why is that? Why does he say that?
Jimmy, Nate says, why do you say that?
Why do you say that?
But he got a shot, but he got a lot of potential.
What? So you contradicting yourself. Which is it?
He said, what is it, Jimmy? Is he the man or not? The NFL, Dale said it, why not? The NFL's rigged.
Right on.
Dale, Nate just said, look like I'm not going to argue with that.
Right on.
Love was garbage in college. That's what Davari.
He was garbage in college?
Yeah.
What is he watching? What do people watch?
Davari, Nate said, what are you watching? What did you watch? How did he get drafted in the first round if he was garbage in college?
Right, that's crazy.
What, the Raiders got lucky?
Yeah, but I'm waiting on this dude to answer back. You gonna answer back? What he said? He talking about Jordan Love garbage. How is that?
Brady ends his career by defeating Belichick. Career plays out like a WWE storyline. Very predictable. Dale, if that happens, I'm going to remember this comment. Dale, you make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd love to have you on the chat. Dale, are you in Chicago? We like to bring the fans on the show, too. Bring your Steeler Nation. Dale, what are y'all going to do with Big Ben? Big Ben, who's the replacement? Don't they got Haskins? What you think about Haskins?
He's decent.
Dale, do you like Haskins?
He's an Ohio State quarterback, though.
He's not garbage and need to sit back like Roger did with Favre. So he's agreeing with you. You say he did.
That's what he's been doing. Sit back and learn.
But it's a difference between Love and Rodgers, Jimmy. Let's not push it. You had Favre and you had Aaron Rodgers. Sooner or later, it's got to run out.
Not really. Not really. Check it. By the time they unleash Jordan Love, all the coaches know him. They know what he does well, and they're gonna cater to what he does because they're coaches. They're gonna do the shit correctly. They're not just gonna throw him out there and try to force fit him into a situation where he does things he doesn't do. That's what the Bears have been doing. That's why Justin's running around looking crazy.
Jimmy says he agrees with that. Davari, I agree, like Clemson. They had Deshaun Watson, and it went to Trevor Lawrence. But I thought the kid that they got now was a high recruit. He just didn't.
Top guy in the country.
Right.
He ain't. That's because all that shit don't mean nothing. Because eventually, if you stop developing, you stop developing. It's like anything else. Check this out. I know you remember back when you was like in 6th or 7th grade and there was some kid that was fast as hell and could do everything. Now all of a sudden you're in 8th grade, like, damn, that shit, what happened? Now you're a freshman, sophomore, he not doing nothing. He in band now. He's the best athlete in 6th grade, but now he in band. Come on, man. That's because people develop at different clips. Some people continue to develop and they continue to develop and they continue to develop. You know what I mean? Everybody's not like that. That's why everybody can't play NFL. That's why everybody can't play college. You know what I mean? That's why everybody can't start in high school because it's a slow burn. You know, some kids burn out fast. Some kids, you know, end up, their talent goes further. So yeah, I think Jordan Love has got some talent and they're doing it correctly. Look at that, man. Kansas City got weapons and they use them well.
Steelers need to sign a veteran quarterback to take a young quarterback under his wing and get him ready to take over. So you don't believe in Haskins, I'm assuming, Dale. And then the second question, a quarterback like a Teddy Bridgewater, a Cam Newton, what type of veteran?
Teddy Bridgewater will teach you how to tuck your nuts. And not play the game like a man.
What about Trubisky going to Pittsburgh? Is Trubisky on a 1-year deal?
I believe he is. That would be nice. I like Trubisky, man. I don't think he's bad. I think he got a raw deal.
Jimmy said people shine until they get in the league with the big boys.
Some.
People in the chat, what's your opinion of Jalen Hurts for the Eagles? What you think about Hurts?
I like Hurts. He's all right.
But he seems like he does a lot of running.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like he goes to his second and third reads well.
He doesn't, but that's, you know, that's when you get in those situations. If you don't have, you know, like I said, what's called play, what's the coach at Alabama?
Saban.
Saban plays to his strengths. So if he's got a quarterback that can run, guess what? He runs. He got a quarterback that can pass, guess what?
That quarterback they got at Bama now is the real deal. That's the best. He gonna be, I think, the best quarterback to come out.
No.
You ain't been watching that kid?
Yeah, I watched him. No.
He
decent.
Man, he look like he know how to read the field. He got a cannon.
He got, and the thing is that he has the best. That's why all the quarterbacks. That's why Tua looks so good.
This guy better than Tua.
That's why Tua looks so good.
I didn't like Tua like that.
Check the only one.
This guy got
Jones. Jones is the only one I've seen that's been the real deal.
This guy can make every throw on a tree route. Did you see him against Georgia?
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what, man? The thing is that even in the SEC, man, you got, it's kids that aren't even, it's not NFL caliber. So therefore, the SEC is a higher grade of football, but damn. I don't know. I think that I don't like. He won the Heisman, didn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't think he deserved the Heisman. I thought they should have gave the Heisman to the white boy from Michigan, the defensive end.
Hail to the victors.
I really believe he should have got it. And you get the Alabama syndrome. I really just don't think that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like the kid. I don't like him. I mean, he's decent, but he's not. He's not Jones. He's not NFL ready, and he's young. So I get it. He's young. He still got to grow into it.
Any other Bear fans still here? We're gonna close the show. Thank you, people, for supporting it. Make sure you share this video, like the video. Also, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube. EDITW TV. This is what we do, people. We discuss sports. We also going to have topics about real life, about relationships, stuff like that. This is what we do. Nate, anything you want to tell the people before we get off?
One love. Be safe out there. Happy holidays.
Nate is the expert analysis people on the show because I figured I do the talking, but we need somebody here that actually played the game, can give it from the player's perspective. I love you all, people. Remember, subscribe to EDITW TV. Nate will be here. We do interviews. We watch football, basketball, baseball. 10 TVs in the blue space. We see it all. Exclusive interviews. Go to the YouTube and watch the interview that I did with Nate. 2 parts. Beautiful interviews. He also talked about to the people in Chicago. Give him a quick thing, Nate, about how you want to think Chicago football should be fixed. And then you could go more in depth, people, to go back and watch the interview on the YouTube page.
The problem in Chicago football is lack of quality coaching on the youth level and quality coaching on the high school level. So, I believe that we need more coaches. We need more people to give their time to these kids. And we need more people to really give a great effort for these boys that are trying to play this game.
So you said in the interview that the coach, compare the coaching to like on a high school level to what we watch with the Bears tonight. People, Nate feels that we don't have quality coaching in the city as a whole. We're not calling out all individual coaches. People, don't twist our words. We mean as a whole. You can take it from there, Nate.
Right. In general, it's a lot of shoddy coaching going on. There's a lot of, kids not getting a fair shake because they aren't getting, coaching. When coaching is the integral part to the whole thing. So I just believe that these youth coaches need to take advantage of these clinics, take advantage of these conferences, really learn how to play football. We have too many Madden playing dads that think that they can coach, and we just really need to change that whole level of coaching and change it to a higher level.
to bring the quality of football back.
You know, and that's why you have, if you go to California, you go to a conference in California, or you go to a coaching conference in Texas, it's dead ass serious. You know what I mean? It's dead serious. But then, you know, you come here and, you know, it's the teams that you expect to be there are going to be there. You know what I mean? The Mount Carmels, the Brother Rices, they're going to be there like clockwork. They're going to be in there and, getting their coaches some coaching.
Davari said it's the same thing in Memphis, bad coaching.
It's
So is this
epidemic. It's epidemic proportions right now.
Is this an inner city thing? Because like in places in Florida, I thought we like Texas and these inner cities that we have good programs there.
You know what? It's some good programs, but just because it's a good program don't mean it's good coaching. Because you can have, you can say, okay, well, I have a youth team and it's a 10U, okay? It's 10U kids. And then I got a 10-year-old that you can look at him and you see his daddy, and his daddy's 6'5", 280 pounds, his mama 5'10". So you know the kid is going to be an offensive lineman when he grows up. You know he is. But he's pretty athletic, and he'd probably be a really good offensive lineman. But you take him and put him at quarterback, can't nobody tackle him, can't nobody stop him. You're playing the kid out of position, out of greed. Instead of playing the kid where, giving him experience on what he's going to do in the future. You know what I mean? So it's like if you, in basketball terms, it's like saying I got a kid that's 5'6" and I teach him how to play center. What you look, man, you're not gonna be a center ever. So why would I do that? Why would I waste that kid's time? Oh, because he can score all these points against these kids, and so now
that's just because he's just physically big at that age.
Right, exactly, and that's like we were talking earlier. Everybody develops at different clips. Everybody develops in a different time. Coaching is coaching. If you start leading kid down the right path, you know what I mean? If a kid's a defensive lineman, he's a defensive lineman. Let him play defensive line. And then, you let him play some offensive line. But he's not going to be a wide receiver.
People are here tuning in. Make sure you like, share the videos. Right now, we got in the conversation to the parents that want your sons to play athletics. Nate's a former professional football player, played at Nebraska, Mount Carmel, great player. So he is going to give you a little input. What's advice that you can give to parents?
Don't, and this is hard for people to do, don't try to put your dreams in your kids. Let them live their own dreams. I've seen that 1,000 times. I've seen people, wishing that they'd have played, and then they pushing their kids so hard that you break that spirit in them that they don't even want to play anymore after a certain point in time. See it all the time. You see it in basketball. You see it a lot in basketball because Chicago's a basketball city. And basketball is a hard sport. It's a hard sport to make. You know what I mean? It's a hard sport to make because of the numbers, the sheer numbers. How many people on a basketball team? 15?
Right.
So you do the math, you know what I mean? How many scholarships out there? How many college scholarships out there for basketball players? It probably 1/5 the scholarship is for a football player.
Why do you think we don't look at positions in football like a kicker? Or that's just something the community that'll be done down upon, that, man, you a field goal. Because that's the scholarship.
Let me tell you a story. When you do it and you do it, you have to do it. You have to do it, man. When you do it well, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Spencer Leak has a son. Spencer Leak's son's a kicker for Homewood Flossmoor. Check this out. I guess he's gonna get a scholarship. He's gonna play in college.
I didn't know that.
He's gonna get a scholarship. I'm telling you, he's gonna get a scholarship and play in college. I promise you.
So how far can he kick?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he's a punter or if he's a kicker for like field goal. I think he does all of it.
So he was basically trained to do that.
Spencer was talking. I was on Facebook one time, and Spencer was. This is a couple years ago. Spencer was like, "Man, what should I do with my kid?" I was like, "Man, you need to find if he's a kicker, find the top kicking school, find the top kicking coach and take him there. Why not? That's the best thing. I mean, do it. Put some money behind your kid. And a lot of people don't do that, man. I did that with my boys at quarterback. Fine, I'm not a quarterback. I mean, I know a lot about it now, but when I first started, I didn't. You know what I mean? But now my boys are doing fun. I mean, my youngest is about to go to college now. You just have to, your kids' dreams, let them have their dreams and let them, strive to get their thing. Don't push your dreams on them. That's the best thing that's the best advice I can give. Don't try, there's been a rash of my baby going to the NFL, why is my baby playing? And you get a lot of, moms and dads, but you get more so moms getting attitudes with the coaches because their son not playing. But you don't even understand what's going on because you drop your kid off to practice and then you leave and you don't sit around and watch. Maybe you should sit around and watch and see how your son practice. Maybe then you'll see something different. You'll see the reasoning why he's not playing.
So you think the parents wants it more than the kid wants to live the dream through the kid?
100%. Happens a lot.
And do you think the kid knows this, or do you think the kid really thinks the parent wants what's best for that child?
Regardless of whatever it is, it's wrong for the kid. You know what I mean? Because if he thinks that this right, it's wrong. You know what I mean?
And the crazy part about that, I used to coach grammar school sports. I was also a teacher. And it's like the parents are more excited about the athletics, but don't really care about the kids' education.
100%.
Like I would have parents like report card pickup wouldn't even come pick the report card up. But they'll go to every game and want to curse the coach out.
That's why Catholic schools always do better. Because when you have a parent paying tuition, it's automatic involvement in all of it. Because you're invested. You're monetarily invested in your son's high school education and sports or whatever else he's doing. Public school, not so much. They're kind of like, whatever. You know what I mean? You see parents out there, you don't see parents out there. Parents are involved, academically in their kids' life. So that's the issue we have. The issue we have here in Chicago, it's a lot of dreaming going on.
And to the people watching, even in the sport, it's like me and Nate were talking earlier, people, this is a business. So there are different jobs in sports. What we're doing is nothing but announcing. You could be a broadcaster. You could be a statistician. You could also coach. So we got to get the kids to see that it's more to, you could be a referee. So NFL refs and college refs make good money. So why not teach the kids? Like we emphasize all this, sending the kid to football camps. Why not send them to a referee camp? Because we got people from Chicago, like Mark Davis is one, Craig Davis's brother. Teach these kids how to do other things because they might love the game. They just weren't blessed to be able to play it at that level. What you think about that?
I think that's awesome. That would be awesome. If a kid want to do that, then definitely. But kids are kids, if they love the game, they're gonna want to play. Whether they have the talent for it or not. And a lot of time, man, and people don't realize this, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
I agree.
So I've seen Coach Lindsey and Mount Carmel win state championships with not many scholarship kids and win a state championship. I've seen teams in the public league with a bunch of Division I playing kids and not even win city. You know what I mean?
So that's just effort and coaching.
That's just coaching and effort and kids, buying into a coach's philosophy.
But the beauty of sports, to the people watching, this is the greatest thing about sports is it gets your kids doing constructive things.
100%.
Because one of the problems, like when we came up, we played Little League baseball. Like you played South Side, I played Southeast. So it's imperative for men to get the hell up and start getting involved in the community so we keep the community safe. Because why do kids carjack? Because they're not doing anything productive. Right. So if you have a video game raising your son, what do you think your son's gonna do? They're gonna sit GTA, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. These are games that your kids are sitting and playing all day because the truth of the matter, you're using the game as a crutch to babysit because you're too lazy to do what you're supposed to do as a parent. This isn't all parents. I'm just saying a community wouldn't be like this if we were parenting the kids correctly.
100%. I agree. But then in that same breath, I mean, just like, we came up with the whole, the gangster rap and all that. And, but I mean, we were intelligent enough and I was taught that, it was just it's a genre of music, not a way of life. And Ice Cube ain't carjacking nobody. You know what I mean? He living in the Hollywood Hills.
But that's an excellent point, Nate, because I have, because I'm a youth advocate. I'm in the community. I do a lot of community stuff. And then you have like people our age and say, well, these kids are so different. They listen to the drill. But I like, wait a minute, dude. Like you say, we listen to gangster rap. We watch Easy. We listen to Easy.
Ghetto
Boys, Ice Cube.
Which is hard. It was harsh stuff.
And I remember I would try to play it at the house. My father would be like, man, cut that off. You're not about to. But they just doing the drill music. But parents, you need to listen to the music so you get an understanding of what is my child listening to. Right. So if it's saying the ops is right in the music. So then we have adult conversations so your kid doesn't do things they're not supposed to do. Because if we're honest with ourselves, we've all done things even with great parenting. Right. So like I went to SIU, I did things at SIU I know my parents wouldn't have approved. Right. Example, I would go in the store and steal. Right. I stole liquor, I stole food. That wasn't how my parents raised me, but that's what we did, you know?
Right.
But it wasn't to the point that we were carjacking anybody.
Right.
And people, that's not right what I did, but at least if you sit down with a kid, at least you can have a conversation because you got to explain to the kids like, man, I wasn't perfect either. They got to be able to relate to how you were at their age because their minds are at different points.
Right. Agreed.
But what we want to do, Nate, I truly appreciate you. Nate, so those of you that are watching Facebook, you on Facebook, Nate was my first interview on my YouTube channel, which is EDITW TV. Nate came on, and basically what we wanted to do was give a history about Nate, because if he's a professional football player, obviously Nate knows what it meant to be a professional. You had to play high school, which meant you had to have grades, right?
Right.
He played college at Nebraska. For him to stay eligible, you had to have grades, and then he played in the league. So we want to use people's expertise. So what we want to do is nurses out here, doctors, police officers. We want to bring this as a community forum. It's not just sports. So if the problem with the boys as a teacher, they only think I could be an athlete. NBA, NFL, I'm going to be Jay-Z, I'm going to sling drugs. So what we want to do is bring people on various professions via teachers, firemen, policemen, accountants, plumbers, electricians. So now they can actually see, man, it's somebody that I have a resource to talk to. We got to do this as a community because, in my opinion, again, with Nate is a humble guy because a lot of people that play professionally a rap star or whatever have egos, and they wouldn't even want to come even be on this type of platform. So we got to stop idol worshiping. The community is everybody's. Everybody is important in the community, whether you call it the game banger, to the teacher, to the politician, because the community, I call it neighborhoods because I don't think we have communities, because communities function correctly. So in our neighborhoods, we got to bring it back to a village. And the only way a village is going to happen is got to have open, honest conversation. So people listening, hit my inbox, go to the YouTube. We want to interview and we want the community to be involved, because the only way we could change what's happening is us. It's us, people, and we can be the difference. We can be the miracle. Even when we disagree with sports, see, we did it peacefully today. Why am I going to get mad at Nate because he likes Buffalo and I like Dallas? Dallas, either one team won or lost. It's not Nate's fault. It's not Los's fault. It's the players, the owner, the people that's in charge. So my point, like, I'm in a fraternity. I'm a Sigma. How can I get a GD, a BD, or a GD and Stone to get along if a Sigma and Kappa don't get along? Because the kids see this. They see it. They see our families not getting along. The sister don't get along with this sister. This cousin don't get along with this cousin. So it starts with the adults being truthful and honest with each other. That's what we want to bring out at EDITW TV. So anybody watching, people, please share this. Share the videos, like it, because we want to bring the community, our neighborhoods back, bring it in peace, because sports is a beautiful way. Nate, give them the vision of, like, the feeder program, how you want to get the kids at a young age.
Well, that's the way to do it, is to start them young, and hopefully you can catch some of the older ones as you go through, but start them young and then keep the program going, you know, from 7, 8 years old all the way through, and to get them into a good high school and get them into, you know, a situation that, you know, they can thrive in. You know what I mean? And football is a vehicle for that. Football is a vehicle to get a free education. I mean, a lot of people talk about, you know what, it's to make it to the NFL is 1%.
1%, people.
It's even less than 1%, but the odds of a kid graduating from Harvard or Yale is 20 times better than going to the NFL. So why can't you shoot for that? Why can't you shoot for Harvard or Yale, University of Chicago, or Northwestern, or Notre Dame? You know what I mean? All these great universities around the DePaul, you know, and you can, and it's a vehicle, and you can get, there are a bunch of schools giving scholarships for playing a silly game. So why not do some work? Because I know everybody's mama can't afford it. Everybody's mama can't afford college. You know, but college is a way for us to move forward. You know, and even now, you know, you talk about college and you got the trades. You got people that, you know, getting into the trades and being able to function and flow through that, which is college also. And
explain to the people what you fell back on. You were a former NFL player, but you fell back becoming a what?
Electrician. My father was an electrician. So when I retired, I became an electrician.
And people in the community, it is up to us to demand that they bring these trade programs back, because every kid is not meant to go to college. I'm a teacher. I sat in the classroom with these students, but they all can be good at something. We just need to find one thing that kid is great at. I'm going to give you a story. I'm not going to give a name. So I have a young man that I know. He was getting in trouble. We finally found a barber college for him. Again, we're trying to put the community back. This is what we're going to talk about also on EDITW TV. It's just not sports. It's grown conversations, what we need to do to get our community back. And now the kid is doing great because now he found something that he liked. He didn't want to go to college. He really didn't like school, but he loves barber school. And then all we want to do is network on the platform and network with each other. We have to do business with each other. We must trust each other. We can change our community, people. The name of our organization is One Team, One Plan, One Brand. You can go to the website, One Team, One Plan, One Brand.org. We have programs that we're trying to organize for these kids to go from boys to teens to productive men. Thank you, people, again for tuning in. Nate, thank you. Nate will be here often. We are going to have these conversations, people, so I will post on Facebook what we're going to talk about, and I want the people to subscribe to come over to the YouTube channel, which is EDITW TV, and we're going to discuss sports, community relations, relationships, because we got to figure out what's going on with the men and women in the community. We're going to discuss it all, people. I love you all. Thank you for your support. It's nothing without the support of the people. Thank you for tuning in to EDITW TV. Remember, people, we are on YouTube, EDITW TV. This is what we plan to do, people. We will be the miracle. Nate, sincerely, thank you.
All good.